Come on, OBS, work with me. There we go. God damn it, man. What is with OBS and not being able to stay connected to a certain server? Well, like any server for that matter. Well, that doesn't work. Come on, OBS, work with me here. There we go. Good God. OBS, that took for damn ever. Alright, so let's see. How far behind is that, actually? Oh, dear God, that's way behind. Okay, cool. Well, whatever. There's a huge delay on it now, too, so fun times. Yeah, OBS decided to kick me offline there for a second or two. So, anyways, we're back. And as you can see, they paused up almost immediately, too, so they are off and running again. Again, best of luck, both of you guys. Yeah, right, we need to totally, like, no OBS. Oh, actually, that works really well, Nated. I like the way that actually works. So let's see, Casper again getting no luck here. Let's see if the curse room provides anything better. And to this point, no. Let's check out the pills real quick. Maybe you get, nah, 2 bombs are key. Nope, that's another reset incoming. Unbelievable bad luck with this so far. If I could spell, this would be off already. There we go. Haha. Ooh, and there we go. Now we're off and running for Casper. He's got Max's head, so nice damage up, let alone knockback on his tears as well. So good way to get your start going finally here, and he'll be off looking for his boss fight on his first floor. Slack into an arcade himself, gonna make a little bit of money. And see if we can't get any type of blood bag out of this. Come on, blood bag. No, nothing, huh? Alright, so time for a little bit of gambling. And of course, let's make even more money while gambling. That's the way this game always works. Yeah, finally we got something for Casper there. And thank you for the reminder, by the way, Wolf. Perfect timing on that. Hey, and we finally get to say it. I don't know if Itaku's chat add-on's working yet, but one way or the other, let's all get a nice for Famine, if you guys would, for Casper on the left-hand side. So he'll wind up with a cube of meat at the end of this fight. And again, same thing that you got. Yeah, it isn't working yet, sadly. Oh well. So you can't see the emote one way or the other. Oh well. If you guys didn't notice, Itaku's Twitter, by the way, he actually got to meet Cruella last night, so he's probably still in La La Land at the moment. Bear with him. It'll get fixed. Anyways, Casper with that cube of meat. Same thing that Slack's got. It's going to make contact damage and block incoming shots for him. More and more pieces you get, turns into Meat Boy throughout the run. But again, on down to his second floor. Already finding that item room. No key for it yet, so the search will continue here. Ah, and that band compass showing up in the store, so Slack gonna have to leave behind another very, very useful item there, but again, has banded himself. So grabbing himself a pill, at least get some luck up out of it. Gonna grab himself a heal and be on down to his steps. And of course, there's that stupid frame drop every now and then. God damn my internet. I love Comcast, I really do. Alright, speaking of those mushroom builds, now Casper gonna pick one up himself, so mini mush for him, and now he is actually itty bitty. And again, gets that range up and speed increase as well on his movement. So one way or the other had to take the item, but he'll be very happy to get some movement speed increase this early on. And again, we got item room and boss fight here for Slackaholicus, so he isn't gonna have to worry about clearing anything else. Ooh, those almost banned guppy items. He could have taken either of those as Casper. But again, doesn't want the 9 lives dead cat or the curse of finding less keys and more locked chests with the tail. So he's going to leave both of those behind. Slack got himself, I forgot which bag that was. That is a sack of pennies, so every couple rooms he clears, he makes a few cents off of it. Ah, those banned soul hearts. So actually, I didn't even think about this. That super bandage is banned. So again, that adds 2 soul heart increase off of it. So Casper having to leave behind a boss item there, sadly. Nope, Guppy's Paw is flat out outlawed. Ecstatic. Almost said your name wrong. But no, Guppy's Paw flat out banned. Let me get you a link. Actually, it's right up above you there. Spazbot's got the imagery link that is Slack's rule set for this race, and it's pretty brutal if you guys haven't seen it. So definitely check that out. It's kind of fun to look at. It's pretty brutal. Soul hearts are banned. Alright, so Slack dealing with that Necropolis version of the depths here. Again, actually getting some relatively easy enemies out of this. If you know how to draw the fire at these and then move to the side, you're actually pretty safe in these rooms. But he's been very lucky with this. Even the mask rooms haven't been that terrible for him yet. And again, Casper trying to play some catch-up here as in Caves 1 himself, making up some good time, and has just found item room and boss fight, so technically speaking, he's done with this floor. And now we just gotta hope for some sort of good item coming out of this again. Blood rights would be kind of good if he had more health going at this point, or even for later on, because that actually damages you to injure everything in the room for a very good clip of damage, for that matter. And again, it's still a little bit of a risk. You don't know that you're going to get all that much more health, and with no soul hearts to play with either throughout the span of the run, unless you get very lucky with, I think, 3 given items. Then, yeah, I don't know. I don't think I could be doing that. No, Slack got the pact. If you guys read his rules, it's fine. That's why the rules listing is right there. Yep, he stuck that one in, basically. So there's scapular... Hold on, I gotta look over here again. Wrong tab. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Let's see. Pact Mark and Scapular. I knew I was going to forget one of those. Those are all allowed. They will give you soul hearts off of those 3 items. Scapular, technically, you have to get down to the 1/2 a red heart remaining to get the soul heart, but you'll get it nonetheless. So those 3 are ways, and again, Slackaholicus found the Pact in one of his devil deals. So technically, that is okay. It's one of the very, very few ways that you can wind up with soul hearts in this run, though. And I mean very, very few ways. Nail's actually not listed on that band list, so we'll see if one of them comes across it. They're in a call together, actually, so you can actually hear, if one of them does find it, you can hear an instantaneous ruling from Slackaholicus over there, because he's the one that got to make the rolls. And speaking of Little Chad, every couple rooms now that Slackaholicus clears, instead of just getting a coin out of that, he'll also wind up with Little Chad spawning 1/2 a red heart for him. And again, because of that counterfeit penny that he switched out his goat hoof for, every time he picks up a coin, counterfeit penny gives it a chance that adds 1 extra penny onto the pickup. So dimes might be worth 11 cents, pennies might be worth 2, for example. Also, wow, Champion Devil Knight. No thank you to that one on Casper's side. Very nicely done, though. I despise those enemies. Good God, seriously? There's 39 banned items in total. Wow. That's kind of crazy. So again, there's one of what is actually a banned item. Again, Spirit of the Night, not actually going to be able to be picked up. That's Flying and Spectral Tears. I see what Slack's doing here, because he's got a Blood Challenge Room. If you guys are wondering, he was trying to get down to 1 red heart so he can get into this Blood Challenge Room up in the top left corner here. So he's going to head over there, see what he can't get. And he knows he has a full heal coming, whether that's off of his Yum Heart or off of the red hearts that are actually on the map. So he's not too worried about taking that extra damage. Range increase on your shots, kind of not worth going through a challenge room. So he'll say no thanks. He'll go back and grab this heal and be right on to his boss fight here. And again, being on depths 2, we automatically know it's Mom's Foot. Regular gray version again. She really does not like giving variants of this fight anymore. I don't know what's up with this, but she just flat out stopped being anything but Gray Mom. Oh, no problem, Fearless. And Locke had one yesterday, Maggle. That's a bravo. How you doing tonight? And yes, we're still doing best, blah, 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 blah. Let me try that again. Best 2 out of 3. We're racing through the chest, and again, we're using that rule set. You see the imager link on Spazbot. Slackaholicus with the higher seed coming in. He's actually undefeated at 17-0 right now. So again, because of that, he got the higher seed over iKasperr, who was 16-1, and got to make the rule set, and chose Maggie with those ridiculous, ridiculous rules. But so far, it's working out well. As again, he's got a pretty good lead brewing here. Ooh, almost got himself a soul heart on accident. Magic 8 Ball will give him shot speed increase. Justice will spawn 1 of every type of item. He'll take the Poloroid with him instead of that, counterfeit penny trinket. Again, if he gets down to 1/2 a red heart, Slack will get himself 5 seconds of damage shield in that situation. And moving on down to his womb, loading screen error. Let's see if this doesn't happen to be an XL floor. Because it kind of hung in an odd spot here, so let's see if he does get lucky. Yep, no problem. Here comes the link on Spazbot again for the rules. And there you go. Yep, you have to take the Polaroid, obviously, because that's the only way to get into the chest. So unless you have Mom's Purse coming usually out of the store, maybe off of a judgy if you're lucky. But unless you have Mom's Purse, you have to take the Polaroid singularly. Mom's Purse will give you another trinket spot, so at that point you could make a little bit more of a decision, but you have to have the Polaroid with you by the end of the Cathedral. Oh, and look at that. The store wouldn't have had enough money for it anyways. But that blue candle showed up, and again, that is banned by Slackaholicus' rules, so even if Casper had enough money, nothing he could do with that. Again, it's just being evil to these guys, especially Casper with the banned items tonight. They've been showing up like they're going out of style. I'm with you, Cupcake. I absolutely hate playing as Maggie. Absolutely we can. There you go, Pete. Ooh, look at that. Slack made his way right on over to his boss fight here on Womb 1. So again, there's no item rooms, there's no stores down here. At best, maybe you're going to get a library, an arcade, something of that nature, maybe a challenge room, but you kind of don't want to go out of your way looking for him. And again, has already found his boss fight, looking to keep that lead extension going here. And Casper's found his item room for Caves 2, knows where that boss fight is already, so he'll backtrack immediately afterwards to head on to his depths. But again, has still a lot of ground to make up here. Wind up with almost a full heal in the process. Jeez Louise. See what I was saying? How about the Dead Sea Scrolls? So again, banned item in the BOILeR entire season, so still banned here tonight as well. Oh, that's just trolling. That is trolling on Slack's side. If you guys didn't notice that, again, Soul Heart pickups are outlawed right now, so he had to use a bomb, and thankfully he had one. And plenty more for that matter. But he had to use a bomb to get the Soul Heart out of the way so he could actually get into his boss fight. That was evil. That was straight up evil. Only in Binding of Isaac would something that evil happen. Anyways, back to what I was saying. The Dead Sea Scrolls are banned because they can give you random space use items. Two of which are also banned items, the Shovel and the Holy Bible. So we banned it just because of that. And again, can't even pick them up, or if you see the D6, which Slack has come across twice tonight, can't even pick that up and re-roll them. So they are just totally banned this evening. Yep, the trolling of Isaac continues. See, the game does know. I'm telling you, Kickin'. It totally knows. It knows. And it's funny, too, because it always tries to give you the best of stuff when it's like, oh, here, you're running a challenge run. Well, let's give you Mom's Knife, Brimstone, Blue Candle, everything you can possibly want that you can't take. Haha. It knows. It totally knows. Yeah, Casper almost ran into a Soul Heart, too. Like, there's been a few that have been real close. Like, almost or I don't want to say common sense, but, like, almost second nature to the racers. And you see a Soul Heart, and you're just thinking, like, sweet, health up, hell yes. And, yeah, no, it's not in this case. That's a reset. So, you know, you really have to think stuff through. Who won last night? Lockhat did. Speaking of those Soul Hearts, Hierophant Carpet actually spawned 2 Soul Hearts for Slackaholicus, so he isn't even going to do anything about that. He'll just leave it behind. Speaking of Soul Hearts, Casper sees one in the lower right corner of his screen that he won't bother with. And Slack's just going to keep clearing out here in the womb. So this could turn out well depending on if he comes across anything that he's looking for, but so far, no luck seeing any special rooms other than that boss fight. And again, would love to come across another key yet, as he doesn't need 4, but he would love to have 4 once he gets into the chest. So probably above anything else, looking for a way to get that extra key. Yeah, no dime chime, no. Zeke, what's up, man? And thank you, dude. Thank you. And no, sadly, I wish I was, but no, I'm totally not. Thank you for the compliment, though. Ooh, and there you go, small rock. So again, because it has a speed down on it, Casper has to take this. Very good item nonetheless. Ups his damage and his fire rate. And you notice he's moving a little bit slower, so it's counteracting that mini mush that he picked up earlier. What's up, Ennis? And Scat. Boy, I can speak. How you doing? Alright, how about that 4th key for Slackaholicus? He would love to see it in this room. He's got 2 chances. Theoretically, he'll get something to spawn at the end of the room, but that green guy, there you go. I was just about to say, guaranteed to spawn him an item once it dies off. Lo and behold, it's actually a key in this case. So he'll keep himself with that half a red heart filled in his 3rd container, excuse me, because that gives him a chance for the Poloroid to actually enact. Would normally be nice to see that slot machine there. excuse me, that fortune-telling machine. But again, too much chance of getting soul hearts out of it. Slack's not even going to bother. And keeping those 4 keys, he'll head right back on over towards this boss fight, looking to finish off Womb 1. And again, that's Troll and Soul Heart finally got out of the way. And look at this. You can't get a much easier boss fight. How about Skull-X? And notice the damage he's doing. Again, for a Womb 1 boss fight, that is extreme damage to be doing with your tears. Skull-X has no health bar. So big time save right there for Slack. He'll be onto his Womb 2 momentarily. And again, speaking of boss fights, Casper also finding his here, so he's cleared out everything he has to. And he'll be on in to fight Monstro, possibly skipping an item room on this floor, trying to make up some time. Because as you can see, Slack has moved on to Womb 2, so just looking for Mom's heart at this point. Now Zeke's probably just like, why would you add extra rolls to this game? It's bad enough. I know I am. Like, I tried to do one of these runs. After I found out what Slack's rolls were, I tried this, and let's just say I failed by capes too. Pretty bad. Like, I'm terrible with Maggie. Oh, look at that squeezy. So it's going to be a fire rate increase, but does Casper even want to pick it up on the risk that those soul hearts spawn on him? Okay, he's safe here. Good pickup. Whew. That was risky. Again, you see those 2 soul hearts spawn. He gets a fire rate increase with Squeezy, but he was really risking where those popped up at, because if they were right on top of him, that was a reset incoming. What are the rules? Let me get you a link here. They are ridiculous, let me tell you. And again, they are both doing an amazing job by this rule set, because they have made it further than I possibly could have, and I've tried. Let's also get a real quick judgy, please. Actually, a 2 for 1. Casper's also found a secret room here. So very good bomb usage on his side. And 9-volt coming out of it, so a quicker charge off of his space use items. After he does use them, you'll get an immediate 2 charges on there. Are you actually thinking about not taking it? Okay, I was going to say. So on into his secret room, Casper grabs that 9-volt. And with his flat penny, you can see as he picks up coins, has a chance that it actually spawns a key for him. So 16 for Casper now. I'm allowing accidental soul heart pickups. You just need to hurt yourself. Oh, yes, I totally forgot. Da-da-da. So thank you for the rules clarification there. I completely forgot about this one, too. If you accidentally get soul hearts, like being underneath Squeezy like that, before you go on, you basically just have to find a way to hurt yourself and get rid of those soul hearts. Again, accidental stuff's accidental. It's going to happen, so... All right, Mr. Mega over on Casper's side gives him 5 extra bombs. He's got 13 total now. More importantly, it doubles up the damage on him, so they're up to 80 damage per bomb now, which is a huge chunk off of boss fights. And especially later on, those 14 could come in very, very handy for Casper. Depends on how you look at it, Calcium. No, I'm kidding. We got nothing but love for both of the racers, but yeah, Slack's got that evil bone in his body. He knows. He knows. Ooh, and look at that. He's rich. If he wants it, that dollar's sitting there for Slackaholicus. I don't think he really cares too much about having extra money, as he still has 32 cents and no stores left to spend it on. So unless he finds a lot of judgies, it's probably more than enough money, especially with that coin bag that he's got following him. And speaking of gambling, Casper going to do the same thing over on the left side. Now, that'd be Tornus' role. If Tornus got to the playoffs, he probably would have tried to be like, all right, they have to fire with their mouse. I could totally see that being the case. What's up, Puffins? How you doing, man? All right, more keys for Casper. Yeah, let's go get that dollar. He's rich. Why, thank you. And back up to what is, for all intents and purposes, full health on Slack's side. Again, he's going to try to keep himself in only half a red heart container filled. Again, that's all because of the Poloroid. Just in case you get down low on health, at least you'll have that 5 seconds of damage shield. And keep in mind that 1-up is still following him around, so he does have an extra life in tow. Which is kind of odd. There it is. I was going to say, because you can't really see it too often. It is kind of covered up in that long string of followers. Ooh, Casper into a curse room. How about no thanks, that 9 lives dead cat? And of all people, Zeke knows that thing is just an absolute curse upon humanity. Again, you can't build full Guppy in this run, so that 9 lives dead cat's almost completely off limits in this situation. I don't know anybody that would want that thing right now. Oh, if Slack could find a way to get money equals power, I don't think the grin would leave his face until next weekend. How's it, V-Lab? How you doing, man? Alright, so one last room for Slack to clear out here, and again, has taken care of just about everything he needs to on this floor. Has still got his 4 keys that he needs. So he may be content to move on. He's just got to take out these 2 envies, and again, just have to worry about when they do split, like that one that was right next to him. Got to be real careful with that. Ooh, nice dodging, though. There we go. Sooner or later, it was going to happen. And there we go. Casper has found his mom's foot fight as well at the end of Depths 2, so looking to catch up as fast as he can. Real quick, let's go back for these heals on Slack's side. Again, just half a heart more to find. I think he does have that half heart sitting out down in the lower part of the map. Can't remember, though, honestly. Alright, one place Casper doesn't want to dodge to. Again, you can accidentally pick up soul hearts. You just have to sit there and take the damage to lose it immediately, but he'll try to stay away from that one. And again, regular gray version of Mom. So of the 3, we keep seeing gray Mom this championship weekend. Like, of all things, you'd think she'd just be like, oh, it's championship weekend? Here's blue Mom's foot over and over and over, but not once. And let's see, Secret Room. How about more money? Because Slack isn't rich enough yet. And he's going to keep clearing out this Womb 2 floor in hopes of getting a few more items out of here if he can't see anything. Maybe an arcade would be kind of nice to find. Yes, he does, Captain. Yes, he does. And it's freaking awesome. Alright, finishing off Mom's foot, we got another health up and a little bit of damage up. That's a mismarked item there. Not tears up, but actually damage up for Casper. And again, you have to take the Polaroid with you as we're racing through the chest. So Polaroid pickup on down to the Womb 1, Utero, the expansion version of it for Casper here. Again, Slack's still hoping for that blood bag. Again, thankfully did find his arcade, so we'll be here for a moment or two. Couple extra keys will make it a little bit safer on the way up to the chest. Maybe he comes across a locked chest now that he can actually get to. Why that didn't link. There we go, there's Spazbot working. So there's Slack's rolls for you. If you're talking about Slack having missed an Eternal Heart, he'll pick it up later. Although I don't see it unless it's right outside this room. He'll pick it up on the way as soon as... Oh, actually, he may pick it up on the way to his boss fight, honestly. That's a long way to backtrack. We're racing through the chest. Best 2 out of 3. So let's see. Scatoli now on Slack's side. You can see he's wearing a crown of poop. Yeah, it is what it seems. Actually makes all the flies in the friend actually, or flies in the game actually your friend. I hate dyslexia. It sucks, you have no idea. So any fly in the game now won't actually damage Slack. It's just going to be drawn over towards him, and thankfully he does have that cube of meat that'll instantly damage anything making contact with him. So let's see, about another health up container out of there as well, as I just now realized. So Slack's up to 5 heart containers. And again, with everything else done on this floor, let's see. What else does he have back here? Ah, yes, with the extra keys. I forgot he had that locked chest. So gets his key back. Oh boy, more money. Not what he was hoping for. And again, Casper on the left-hand side's found his boss fight. Might as well take that extra key himself. And moving on in, he's going to face off against another really easy womb boss. How about Teratoma? So just like Fistula, that'll wind up splitting. As soon as this part, well, the smaller 2 parts here, I should say, die off, you get these 2 little spiders. And that's literally all there is to this fight. Not that incredibly scary. But again, 1 full floor ahead, we got Slackaholicus into his mom's heart fight here. And plenty of bombs. I think he's only going to use the 1 bomb technique. And indeed, that's exactly what he'll do. He'll hang on to quite a few of them for later on in this run. And how about almost the exact same locked chest there for Casper as he gets a coin and a key back out of it. Again, perfect timing on those bombs by Slackaholicus. That's exactly what you want to do, by the way. Just as she's about to spawn him, or spawn those extra enemies, like as she drops back down, drop a bomb in the center, walk right on back. Don't hit the bomb with your tears, and you got a lot of good extra damage laid down. Oh, who'd I miss? Let me scroll up. Disturb. Thank you again. Holy crap, man. Thank you, dude. Alright, last little bit of damage. Amazingly, Mom's Heart's actually not shooting anything. There we go. There's her normal red blood shots. I was wondering when that was going to happen. Ooh, Slack took some cheese ball damage. And almost got pot-shotted by her, too, for that matter. There's the last little bit disappearing. And again, doesn't want that half a heart. He'll head on up to his Cathedral, keeping that floor advantage on Casper, who's working on his womb, too, right now, looking for that same mom's heart fight. Yep, all you have to do is clear out the, basically the path to your boss. You don't have to clear out the entire floor. So if you find a dead end, you don't have to worry about that room because you know that's not the way to your boss fight. Hopefully that makes a little bit more sense with it, though it probably doesn't. I'm trying to find a really good way to explain that, but let's say that your floor just went left and right, and the boss was over to the left-hand side. You had to clear out every room over to the left-hand side that leads to your boss fight. Like if it's just a straight straight hallway both ways, no break-offs either way. You'd have to clear just all the rooms over to the left-hand side. Let's say you got a random teleport pill, and it wound up being a teleport pill into an Imera room, but you hadn't cleared out everything leading to your boss fight yet. You can't get back out of there. That's a reset. Oh yeah, more money for Slack, because we totally need it. And again, Casper's found his mom's heart fight, so made relatively short work of this Womb 2 floor. Only made one mistake location-wise. Let's see, Slack gonna think about that half heart, but I'll leave it for now. Again, Casper gonna look to make some quick catch-up time here, as he's got plenty of bombs. They're gonna do a lot more damage than Slack's were. So notice the difference in damage chunking off here. And again, he's only going to do the solo bomb technique as well, so he's got 18 left, but there's still 2 more floors left to deal with. And you can see on Slack's side, you get a lot tougher enemies on these floors. Yeah, basically the gist is that, if you know, somehow if you knew where your boss fight was and you were just skipping rooms on the way over there, that's what Slackaholicus basically outlawed with his rooms, was you bombing through trying to play catch-up and just bombing through all your rooms going oh, I've got 99 bombs, I'm just going to open every door. You'd actually have to go back and clear every single room that you bombed through at that point once you found where your boss fight was. So he wanted to make it where you can't just quickly make up and get very lucky, bomb through a few rooms and find your boss fight. And it's made out for a pretty good race so far, as we're both on the Cathedral now, so it's really all about finding your boss fights here for both of these two. Got a free item rock as well, with a soul heart. Again, you can't really pick those up. If you accidentally do, you have to get rid of it immediately. Yep, I'm an audio engineer, that's correct. Awesome, I don't know about that shit. I totally don't know about that one. No, I'm just some dude that sits on his couch and plays video games, basically, as my quote-unquote living at the moment, but I'm also an audio engineer by trade, if that really says anything, which it really doesn't. At this point, I'd say I'm a video game player on Twitch, or at this point, a commentator for doing this. Although that only lasts for 1 more week, so we're down to the nitty-gritty for those that are new to this. This is the NFC Championship game. We know next week in the finals, we got the Log Cat. And again, we're finding out who his opponent's going to be tonight. And it's one of these two. Again, 17-0 Slackaholicus on the right. Just found his boss fight here on the Cathedral. So he's got a slight advantage right now, and he's taking on 16-1 iKasperr on the left-hand side, who hasn't lost since week number 1. Next season, we're going to wind up doing with Binding of Isaac Rebirth, hopefully. And from what we understand, they're going to push that back to somewhere around the middle of the year. So I make no guarantees, but we're going to try to do that as quickly as we can. On that note, let's get another judgy please over on Casper's side and hope that he gets something quickly out of this and then finds his boss fight. Slack's into his, so he's taking on Isaac right now. Full contingency of 3 orbitals to block these shots. And again, when you hit him with tears, he's firing back at you. So the more you hit him, the more he's shooting at you, and you have to be very good about dodging here or get very lucky with your orbitals. Speaking of that, let's keep this very even. Casper's found his as well on the other side of these screaming babies. So we'll have a very, very neck and neck race here momentarily. He's not using the strength card right now because if Slack gets hit one more time, he gets a 5-second damage shield because of the Poloroid. He'll probably use the strength card afterwards. But he wants to get that 5 seconds of damage shield first. Then afterwards, strength card will give him another heart on top of that. If he gets hit again, he would get another 5-second damage shield. So he's actually playing it kind of smart here. And again, he's invincible right now. So he just used, just got back that heart off of his Yum heart. Now he's going to get the same effect if he does get hit again, where he's invincible for 5 seconds. Same thing with that strength card afterwards, so he technically gets 3 usages of the Polaroid off of there. Alright, last little bit of damage to the boss here for Slack, and now he just has to worry about these extra screaming babies in the room with these triple shots, and they get annoying. Very, very nicely done here. And again, at least he's going to get another full hard heal out of this. He'll be on up to the chest. And let's see what he gets off of his 4 items. 1 banned item. Otherwise, not terrible. 5 extra bombs and poison damage on those bombs, so 9 now total for Slack. Gonna get Mom's Pad out of there. I don't know that he'll keep that. Indeed he won't. He's gonna keep the Yum Heart for the heals. Most importantly, as you notice, he's got Cupid's Arrow, and his tears will now pierce through any enemy and continue on through them after they damage. And especially against enemies like Carrion Queen here, double especially, that is huge. So big find right there for Slack. But again, you see the no Ipecacs being spammed. That is still banned because that would give you poison bombs for tears. And again, it's fun, but it's slightly overpowered. And we got Casper down to just a heart and a half, though. That bad trip will become a full health pill for him if he gets hit one more time. But down to just the very end of Phase 3 himself. Double Super Lust over on Slacks, and he's trying to lead him around. Ugh. Down to just a half a heart. Keep in mind, 1 up still there for him. 2 pills. Jeez. Might as well. Alright, Soul Hearts. Again, Balls of Steel. It was unidentified. Slack didn't know what that was, so he gets the 2 Soul Hearts out of it and gets to keep them. Because he didn't know what those pills were. He doesn't have to worry about taking those damage right there. Same thing with the 3 items. The Pact, the Scapular, and the Mark that would have given him Soul Hearts as well. Let's see, Casper has finished off Isaac. He's going to backtrack for something here because he does have hearts left on the map. So let's get that full heal. And he'll be on up to the chest himself. Alright, I think for now, Slack's going to keep those Soul Hearts. He's thinking about this. He's going to keep just the Soul Hearts active. Again, if he does get hit, as Slackaholicus this is, he's going to wind up with that 5-second damage shield because he does have just the half a red heart remaining still. How about Dr. Fetus again? Let's see those no Dr. Fetus emotes. So Casper will take Ouija Tears, so Spectral ability on his Tears. He's also going to take Book of Shadows, which when he uses it, will give him 12 seconds of Invincibility. And again, that's a 4-room recharge? I forget if it's 4 or 6, I'm terrible. But well worth it, especially in that last boss fight. That can come in very, very handy with all those bombs he has too. He can just sit right in the center and drop them all instantly if he wants. But it's all about finding this blue baby boss fight now. There's that 5 seconds of damage shield for Slack. Alright, Triple Loki just about to be finished off here for Casper. Only taking the 1 hit in there ain't too bad either. Again, you can see why that chest is so nasty. You get nothing but basically boss spawns from here on out. Again, any chest, though, actually gives you an item out of it, so if you get lucky, you may be able to get something good. And again, Slack doesn't have to worry about that room he was in because it is a dead end, so he doesn't have to worry about clearing it. So teleporting out of there with a full card got him right back to the very beginning of the floor, and now he's still worried about finding that boss fight. Stuck in here with double Wretched, though. Doing a great job dodging those spiders. And Casper with a far worse room, that bloat fight. Got through it unscathed as well, so very, very nicely done. Alright, back to that half a heart for Slack, and let's see, do you leave these hearts? Nope, he's going to grab them right now and do the same thing he has been up to this point. So he'll hang on to that 1 up as long as he possibly can. And again, has a little Chad that'll wind up spawning extra half red hearts for him, so he can still wind up with more heals here. And speaking of that Triple Loki fight, Slack will deal with it himself. Casper on the left-hand side, though, has found his blue baby fight, so he just has to deal with Famine and Champion War in this case. So he's going to try to get through this room, and then on the other side, let's see when he gets that charge, too. I think it's just this 1 more room for him. But we'll see if Casper can't make that comeback of relatively good proportions, too. He was a good 3 floors behind at one point, and now has a chance to actually take the advantage here, 1-0. There's Champion War getting taken out. Just Famine left to worry about here. So you deck of cards for Slack. Full card will get him out of another dead end if he wants to cross it. But again, on the left-hand side, we got Casper trying to take on Blue Baby here. And again, it's got less health than than Isaac does. So he's going to use up all the bombs he can, just circling around, not actually firing tears. And he's already through phase 1. You can thank Mr. Mega for that extra added damage. And how about that? 50% of the way through. He's down to just 2.5 hearts, but he's got that 12 seconds of invincibility. Make that 1.5 hearts. Make that 5 seconds with the Polaroid of invincibility. And here comes the Book of Shadows. He's invincible for the next 12. And again, wow, we're going to make it as close as we can. Slack found his boss fight as well. Question is it too little too late? Again, Casper's got to get through this still. He's got 3 screaming babies and those shots to dodge. And just one more now. All he has to do is kill this. As soon as the chest appears, Slack making good time back on the right-hand side, though, and that's going to be too little too late for him. Wow. Unbelievable finish to this one, guys. And just like this, let me update it. Casper's got a 1-0 lead. Wow, to that finish, guys. So Casper found that boss fight in just enough time, had just enough health for this. And thanks to that Book of Shadows and Mr. Mega got to lay down all that damage as quickly as he could. Amazing, amazing finish right there. And Casper's got a 1-0 lead. So wow to this one, guys. Again, undefeated since week 1 is iKasperr. He lost to Mellow Ace and hasn't lost since. Slack hasn't lost this year. So we've got round 2 coming up in just a few minutes. We're going to get both of these guys reset here. Hang tight for about 2 minutes. We'll be right back on the other side, and we'll get round number 2 underway. Casper's going to look for a 2-0 win and a trip to the finals to face Logcat next Saturday. Slack's going to look to even this up in 1 apiece and force a game 3. So hang tight, everybody. We'll find out who the winner is momentarily here. Round 2 coming your way real soon. Hang tight. Alrighty, we're back, we're clear, and we got round number 2 just about to begin here in the NFC Championship game. So again, real quick, let me go to the rules page here, and we just listed it out in chat as well in that Imager link. So, BOILeR rules are still in effect, same 7 banned items as before, including now the D6. You have to clear every room leading to your boss, meaning no bombing through doors and just trying to get your way up to your boss fight to catch up really quickly. You have to clear everything on the way. No soul heart pickups, unless it comes from something like the Pact, the Mark, or the Scapular. Those 3 are allowed. And again, unidentified pills means you could get Balls of Steel. That's perfectly okay, but once you know it's Balls of Steel, you can't take it again. No regular soul heart pickups. If you accidentally grab one, if you accidentally grab some soul hearts, you just have to injure yourself as quickly as you can before you move on to the next room, no matter what. Like if there's spikes, you can use those. If not, maybe you have to bomb yourself, for example. No flight items, no permanent flight items. You can use the Hangman card and Pinking Shears for the one-time use of flight. But again, no permanent flight. Most importantly here, you have to take all speed items, and that includes speed down items. We're playing as Maggie, so that can really come back to haunt you if you get a couple of speed downs real quickly. Also of note, you cannot make full Guppy. You can take Guppy items, but not Guppy's paw. Can also not make full-on Guppy. Notice all your banned items listed out picture form on the bottom there, and again, it's mostly just the carry stuff. We've been dealing with that up to this point. No knife, no brimstone, no candle, no polyphemus, no sacred heart, no habit, no compass, no treasure map, or crystal ball. And again, you see all the trinkets and cards also banned down there. So on that note, let me flip it back on over. We got a 1-0 lead right now on the left-hand side for your number 2 seed, iKasperr. He's 16-1 on the year. Hasn't lost since week number 1 and looking to keep that winning streak going to 17 here if he can. On the right-hand side, his opponent, trailing at the moment, needs 2 back-to-back wins to Slackaholicus to keep his undefeated streak going. He's completely undefeated in the season so far at 17-0. And again, the winner of this is going to go on to face the Logcat next Saturday night at 10 p.m. Eastern for the BOILeR Championship match. So big matchup here. They're off and running. Best of luck to you both. And like I was pointing out, Pinking Shear is actually okay, though Casper gonna reset it on this one. So he's not too happy with that item, amazingly enough, and wants some regular damage up if he can't. And there's a link into both of their channels. We were just talking about this too. How about the PhD for Slackaholicus, meaning he's going to get nothing but good and or neutral pills from here on out. No stat downs. Interesting part is when he gets them, it'll also identify them after a few frames, or at least have a chance to. So if he fires off before it shows that it's a Balls of Steel pill, he's still okay, but he'll probably wait and make sure that he doesn't get screwed over by that. If he does see a Balls of Steel pill, he probably will not be allowed to take it now. But again, if it stays as question marks, he's still okay. Wow, it really wants to give Casper that Ouija board, apparently. So let's get a quick famine over on the right side. As Slack is going to wind up with a cube of meat, orbiting around and blocking shots and also doing contact damage. That was a Milby for life. How you doing? Absolutely, we can definitely. Assuming Spazbot responds, there you go. That imagery link will get it for you. Alright, so again, not going to pick up that Soul Heart, would have just had to injure himself anyway. Slack will be moving on down to his second floor, getting a Curse of Darkness this time, meaning no mini-map available. And about those speed items, so Roid Rage, mismarked slightly, does not give you range up, gives you a lot of extra movement speed. And again, Casper going to reset that as well, so he just wants some sort of damage here. Nope, racing through the chest. Trolled Casper at the beginning of the last round too, though. Wound up working out just fine for him, so it's all about getting lucky with one item at some point. And let alone getting lucky finding a key if you can on Slack's side, as he's got his item room and his boss fight for that matter here, but yet to get a key. There we go, at least he'll be able to get in. The trolling continues as we got Bum Friend for Casper. I don't know that I'd want that. Slack's gonna take it though, interesting. So Charm of the Vampire is gonna give you heals every couple enemies that you kill of a half a red heart every time. And that could kind of mess with you once you get down to the point where you've got Poloroid enacted. See, chocolate milk for Casper. Nothing good in that curse room means that's another reset incoming. He was checking to see the curse room first, just in case. But still no luck here, so he's going to reset. Slack's got himself that second boss fight, Duke of Flies, and champion version for that matter. So you just got to watch out for those glowing red flies as they're going to split off into 4s. Yet another curse room for Casper. Let's see what we got this time. Wow, at least we got some flies. So a couple of attack flies. Those will do some damage multipliers for you. If I were typing in chat, this would have actually listed already. Let's try that again. There we go. There's your roll set for you. Ah, the relic. So that one's going to get reset. No soul hearts are allowed to be picked up, so that's a completely worthless item. It's not necessarily banned, but it's pretty damn well worthless at this point. So Casper's going to reset that run again. How about technology this time? So Tech 2 in this case. Yeah, with that damage, yeah. Or Casper going to say no thanks. He wants no part of this. Alright, Slack just about done here. Gonna wind up with yet another health container. And again, after he takes care of anything else he's got on this floor. See, about 10 bombs for Casper. At least he's got some this time, so he's gonna be off and running with this finally. Ooh, bad trip pill. This could help out though. At least he knows what those are. Those, again, bad trip, once you get down to 1 red heart or less, actually become a full health pill for you. As again, you can't die to pills as Maggie. So let's see, Slack's found himself an arcade, so let's try to get yet another blood bag if we can't. If nothing else, he'll make a lot of good money off of this and see if he can't gamble himself, let alone just hearts back, but he needs some keys. Not even going to gamble, I'll be damned. So Slack just going to keep his money and be working on along, so he'll be on down to his caves. And another heart container. We got 5 over on Casper's side as well, moving on down to his second floor. Alright, another Curse of Darkness, so second straight floor with a Curse of Darkness, meaning no mini-map yet again on Slack's side. Let's see, plenty of bombs here, so Casper will most likely get that item rock. Indeed he will right now. Alright, at least he gets a key out of this, so he'll be able to get into his item room when he sees it, but we're on the never-ending hunt for keys on both sides as Slack is still missing any. Yeah, basically you need damage up on Maggie, and if you're taking technology too, that's a damage down on it. Yeah, it's a constant fire, but at the same point, it's also a slight damage down. And with Maggie, you're really putting yourself up a creek at that point, because you really have to hope for damage up from there on out. And if you don't get any, that's going to be a real long run, and especially a long fight against Isaac and the Blue Baby. So it's a real scary proposition to take those with. I wouldn't accept that one, Arcane. It's too random. Ooh, Game Kit, an interesting space use item, and yeah, I was going to say that'll wind up replacing the Yum Heart for Casper, so he'll be able to turn into a Pac-Man now. That'll allow you to eat your enemies, and you have a chance that it'll heal you for half a red heart when you do so. So let's see, he'll just go ahead and use a bomb here against Champion Pin. Perfect one hit. Speaking of that damage, how about the Pentagram? Damage up on Casper's tears, more chance of a Devil Deal as well for the rest of the run. And he'll be on down to the caves. So that's exactly what he was hoping to come across. And there you go, Robinson. Thank you very much, Arcane. Ooh, and a Curse of the Labyrinth as well, so an XL floor. Speaking of those random XL floors, like I was saying, bring them up, and lo and behold, they show up. So Casper's going to have 2 item rooms and 2 back-to-back boss fights to find. I love that it wipes your face off of your character and turns you backwards after you use Game Kit. That is such a weird graphical glitch, but I love that. So let's see, Slack also going to get himself boomed, so 10 bombs more for him, and he's got 13 total now. So he's going to move along looking for that boss fight. Grab himself a free key out of this as well. You don't have to clear the whole floor. Ooh, nice, full health pills. So now we know what bad trip and full health pills look like for Casper. So he's off to a pretty decent pill run going here. So he's going to be very happy with this. Again, though, Slack on the right side has taken out about half the damage on Peep so far. And again, he'll be onto his Caves 2 momentarily. We got Casper still looking for both item rooms on his Caves XL, let alone his 2 back-to-back boss fights. But I'll put money down that he's going to, especially if he gets his second key, is definitely going to find these 2 item rooms. See, again, all Soul Heart pickups, if they're accidental, it's okay, but you got to get rid of them immediately, as they are pretty much banned. And again, there's that last bit of damage for Slack. He's going to wind up with damage up and health, and an extra health container, with the meat. Again, that's not tears, but actually a slight bit of damage up with that item. So he's on down to his caves too. Catacombs, expansion version of it yet again. And there's that boss fight for Casper. So again, by Slack's rules, what Casper's done is enough to clear out the floor for him. Excuse me. Because you only have to clear the way to your boss fight. Again, anything else is up to you at that point, but you have to clear everything to your boss, meaning you can't bomb through rooms. That's the important portion here. It's not so much about making sure that you clear everything on the floor. It's about the fact that you can't bomb through rooms trying to get to your boss as quickly as you can to play catch-up. That's more what the rule is in the nature of it. Hopefully that makes a little bit more sense, because I know it's confusing. I know it is. I'm not even going to lie. It's a weird rule. It's cool, but it's a weird rule. So I know it's really confusing sometimes. Pink Eye, I'd say about half the league uses controllers, half uses keyboards, and some switch in between. It's all really just a matter of preference, honestly. I use keyboard. I just can't get used to it on a controller. It feels very odd to me. Ooh, Slack actually going to leave behind the Book of Shadows. I'm actually mystified, but yeah, he's thinking twice about this. He's going to take it. I was going to say, that 12 seconds of invincibility we saw play very, very handy for Casper in round number 1. So Slack's going to take that with, maybe at least just for this boss fight. We'll see if he doesn't, yeah, especially because he used it. We'll see if he doesn't actually replace that. He may take the Yum Heart back with him. But again, both have done just what they need to do on this floor. And again, Casper going to find his 2 item rooms. He's got one more boss fight left to take care of yet. And Squeezy, again, not going to worry about those soul hearts, but that is a fire rate increase for Slack. On into a devil deal. Bloodlust is interesting, but not going to be worth it for him. Not getting rid of those hearts. And Slack will be moving on down to the depths without buying that theoretically damage up. Again, you have to actually kill enemies to enact that damage with Bloody Lust. But again, going to leave it behind. Casper's found his first of the 2 item rooms here on Caves XL. Yep, Slack hasn't lost in the league yet. He's 16-0 in the regular season. He's won his 1 playoff matchup. And Casper lost in week... He lost in week number 1 and then hasn't lost since. So he's won his 1 playoff matchup and 15 other races up to this point. So technically, Slack's got the better record overall in the regular season and got to pick the roles because of that. So again, was the fact that yet again, Dr. Fetus has showed up on Casper's side. So let's see those banned emotes one more time as Dr. Fetus has made yet another appearance trying to be bombs for tears. But again, still one of the BOILeR's 7 banned items, and that's still banned by Slack's rules here today. And speaking of those, Slack's done everything he needs to do to clear out his Depths 1 floors, so the question becomes, do you backtrack for the item room here? And he does have enough keys. Casper, again, rocking no keys here at the moment. So let's see about this choice, and it's going to be tough. He's not even going to think about that tick unless he gets Mom's purse at some point. And doesn't have enough money to buy it in a store if he were to come across it, so that tick's also, for all intents and purposes, off limits here. And he's just going to worry about that second boss fight, so Tank and Gertie it is after Casper's got himself that charge back, if nothing else, on his game kit. So we'll see how he puts this to use. Again, putting to use that Book of Shadows once again as Slackaholicus, making sure he's invincible in this bomb room. And he'll be back up to a full heal. There's that item room for him on Depths 1. Nope, they have to clear all the rooms on the way to their boss fight. So let's say like on Slack's side, when he cleared out over to the left and got immediately over to his boss fight, he could have taken out the boss and been onto his next floor if he wanted to. He doesn't have to go back for the item rooms or clear out the entire floor. It's just the pathway to your boss has to be cleared by you. Like not bombing through the rooms. Hopefully that made more sense. Yeah, that bombing tumor is helping Casper a ton here with those poison bombs. So that should be enough. Lo and behold, Gertie actually killed herself that time. Gotta love when that happens. And that's called strategy. Yep, finals is Saturday, 10 p.m. Eastern next weekend. That is correct. There's Red Patch enacting for Casper. Rips off your skin and ups your damage for the room you're in as a trinket. And again, it's a random chance that as you take damage that happens. So not the greatest way to get damage up, but definitely a way that it works. And there you see Eve's Dead Bird coming out on Slack's side. So that's the useful item. You can see why I'm joking about it. You can't really kill that spike trap bird. You may want to go for the enemy that can take damage when you make contact with it, and not the one that is invincible, floating through the room. God, that thing is dumb. Oh, there we go. Now it's thinking. Good job, bird. You actually got to a good enemy. So that's what it does. You take damage, that bird shows up, and it tries to make contact damage with something in the room. But that thing is stupid. Again, excuse me, Slack working on his Steps 1 boss. Casper, again, has got himself that Necropolis version here of this floor. And we'll see what he comes across, because, again, just like last time, we got ourselves another XL floor for Casper. Oh, God, if I had to race whoever won, oh, God, that would be a brutally one-sided matchup right there. And I don't mean for me. I mean, they would win. You could pin me against anybody in this league, they're going to destroy me for the most part. Like, actually, I do have to race Gambit at least one more time and break that tie I have against him, but yeah, people are going to destroy me. I'm not a good racer. I'll be the first to admit it. Like, as much as I've done races against, you know, like Lethal Frag and Gambit and Cobalt Streak and other people, I'm terrible. So, it's fun, but I'm, like, I'm terrible. Excuse me, sorry about that. Oh, I love when you get random coughs all of a sudden in the middle of a sentence. Yeah, I doubt that, Haku. I really doubt that. Yeah, technically you're correct. But okay, touche. Technically you're correct. I did win a best 2 out of 3, and then Gambit tied it, so... Ooh, there's your 2 item rooms connected side by side, so Casper's XL floor had yet to really look like one. But again, there's your proof. That is a Necropolis. When you get that on your Depths 1, it won't. If it doesn't show you the number, that is an XL version of the floor. So there's your 2 connected item rooms. Again, no keys yet to get into them, which is a serious hindrance for Casper yet again. At least he gets some heals out of it, but he would love to find 2 keys right about now. Alright, arcade and store connected here for Slack. He's at least going to check out that arcade. And let's play that heart machine a few more times. I was wondering when he was going to actually use it, so there you see with Book of Shadows, you're invincible and you don't take the damage that the heart machine's going to use up. So really good way to, I don't want to say exploit it, but really good way to make use of those heart machines, or demon daggers for that matter. So lots of extra money. Slack's up to 63 cents now. So not going to bother with that store. My guess is that's greed or super greed that he would have to deal with, so he's not going to try to spend it. He'll go looking for that item room and boss fight. Yeah, good old Soccer Boy. We nicknamed him appropriately. Soccer Boy lives up to his name. Nah, another troll bomb spawn on Casper. Nice job avoiding it. Let's see if we can't find some keys. Where are they going to be at? And again, especially for coming up on the chest in a couple of floors, you really want to come across a just ton of keys as iKasperr right now, and he's had no luck with this. Yeah, we'll figure something out, Ravager. If nothing else, the play-in tournament's going to wind up being, like, forever and a day, so we'll wind up doing that on this version of the game or something and go from there, I guess. Like, I don't even know, but we'll figure something out. Ooh, Robo Baby. So there's a nice last item, and Slack's going to pick up a nice follower here with some technology tiers. So you'll see this laser will stretch out across whatever direction Slack's going to fire in. There you go. Hierophant card, kind of useless, so Casper's going to pick that Bad Trip, aka soon-to-be, well, hopefully not soon-to-be, but could-be full health pill. I always phrase that wrong, like I'm expecting them to take damage. Hey, I called for it earlier! Blue Mom! So again, Slack's found his boss fight. He's trapped in here now. He's cleared out the rest of the floor anyway, so he's going to skip over that last store. And again, on into his Blue Mom's foot fight, so you see nothing but expansion level enemies spawning. And again, you can see they'll build up very quickly on screen, and they get really annoying. So nice use of that Book of Shadows. Perfect timing on that by Slack. And he'll hang out and just let that arm do all the work for him if he can. If she'll show up. There we go. And actually, very nice job leading the spider out into the mom's foot drop there by Slack. Very, very, very pro moves right there. I can't do this, especially against Blue Mom. If I don't have something that will just overpower her and instantly kill that arm when it comes out, I can't do this trick against Blue Moms. Hopefully done right now. Great job. And gets a nice damage reward out of it with a pentagram to Slack. So he'll take that Polaroid with him. Again, have to get into the chest. Didn't have a trinket anyways. And moving on down to his Womb 1 has got that slight advantage going on Casper, who's still looking for some keys for those last 2 item rooms. And then 2 side-by-side boss fights here. Yep, pentagram. Wow, still finding dead ends. This is a weird floor layout on Casper's XL. This is really strange. So let's see, at least we have an item rock in here. It may be tough to get to, but that could produce a key. So let's see if Casper gets lucky. Yeah, no such luck. Another soul heart, which again is off limits. Yes, he did, muted. And welcome back, man. Wow, I can't believe he's gonna go for that heart. Woohoo! Ballsy move right there, sir. Oh my god, he got out of that. Nicely done, Casper. Alright, let's get a Judgy, please. Again, with that Book of Shadows, not going to take the damage off of this Demon Judgy. And let's see if we can't get something good on Slack's side. If he would ever spit out an item. My god, spit something out, Demon Judgy. Dude! What the? Really? He didn't even think about it. Didn't even give him a fake item or anything. Wow, that Demon Judgy's a douche. Unbelievable. I've not seen that happen before. Usually he'll at least spit something out for you, but wow, that is the greediest Demon Judgy I've ever seen in my life. Unbelievable. Yeah, he knows he's being played. Like, wait a minute, you're not even giving me hearts, Slack. No. Like, yeah, we don't play that. No. Alright, another dead end over on Casper's side. And again, won't be able to get into without using up a bomb. Wouldn't be able to get into anything item-wise that spawned in the center. So let's see. Where in the heck are these boss fights at? This is such a bizarre floor layout. It's gonna have to be very bottom over on the left side after it stretches out a ways. But wow, this is confusing. Let's try this again. Judgy, please. Come on. Dude, I know you're being played, but dude, really? If he goes through 24 seconds of Invincibility, wow. Slack has gone through over half a minute on that Demon Judgy and has yet to see anything out of it. Unbelievable. You've got to be kidding me. How have you not exploded that guy yet, Slack? Oh my god. Yeah, he knows, man. He knows. So Slack's into his boss fight. I'll take on, excuse me. I always want to call him Triactive, and I'll take on Daddy Longlegs here. Yeah, I was waiting for the Sacred Art to show up, like, oh, you want to give me fake cards? Here, take one you can't take. Ha ha. I was fully expecting that to be the case, but instead, even worse, doesn't get anything for his time spent. Yeah, I hunger. And again, last little bit of damage here against Daddy Longlegs for Slack. Ooh, it actually got a devil deal out of this as well. So you can thank the pentagram there. Let's also get those yes crowns, as he'll take even more money, 76 cents now for Slack. And you can say hello to Krampus for the first time this evening. So this is going to be a guaranteed free item out of this. A lump of coal for Slackaholicus means that as his tiers travel further on screen, or stay out longer, I should say, they're going to gain size and damage output. So he does have to deal with a mini-boss, but it's really not that terrible as long as you can deal with those quad brimstones and just move out of the way when you see a trigger. Can't give Casper keys, damn it. Hey, we got a key. And he has to take the small rock, so slower movement speed, but again, fire rate increase and damage up for Casper. Again, bad gas pill, not going to worry about that one so much. He'll take that bad trip, aka full health pill with him. And let's drag some ass, folks. And this XL floor is just ridiculous right now, so thankfully he's got a key. So let's see what he gets out of one of the 2 item rooms here. What's up, Otaku? Look at this! Oh my god, really? So Demon Judgy finally spits something out for Slack, and it's a quarter. So, we got $1 again. Second straight run. He's rich. Why, thank you. But again, moving on down to his Womb 2, Slack now has a full $1. So he's really hoping for some unequals power. Oh, that may have worked out okay. Blood rights there for Casper. Not gonna take it. He'll keep that game kit with him. Again, that would have injured you to damage everything in the room. So let's say this Duke of Flies fight that Slack's in. If it had a ton of flies in the room, you hit blood rights once, you're gonna one-hit kill every single one of the flies and also injure the Duke himself. Yeah, hey, we got a penny a second. That's one way to look at it. I guess that's the bright side of things, if nothing else. That's the best pseudo raid I've ever seen in my life. That's beautiful. And Slack says, and I quote, "Fuck that judgy." I love you guys. That's beautiful. I love you guys. That's so great. On that note, let's get a split link back. Everybody that's in here, go over to Slack's channel, give him a hug, give Casper hugs too for that matter, because that's a split link into both of their channels. Another key! It happened! He's thinking about going back, but that is a slow, long walk for Casper, so he's going to consider this here. But seriously, go into both Casper and Slack's channels, raid them up with some hugs for me if you guys would. I want to see all 2,400 people hit both of those channels. Seriously, support these two, because they deserve it. They've been fighting this entire season, one loss between the two of them. And the least we can do is give them some support by giving them some viewership, so please hit up both of their channels, guys. Alright, that last key, decision time. Casper's at least gonna fight the first, oh god, gonna fight the first of the two bosses, and he has to deal with the Mask of Infamy now. So one of the trollinest boss fights, no health bar. You have to kill this heart first, and then all of a sudden you'll see the back of the mask open up, at which point you can injure it. But be prepared to hold on to your butt for a minute or two. This is going to be a long fight. Oh, is there really not a subscribe button on mobile? I never even knew that. Huh. It doesn't really shock me. That'd be kind of weird to write in, so it's not real shocking by any means, but I never knew that. Huh. Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't see that working well, but... Ooh, nice arcade showing up over on Slack's side. And again, with that Book of Shadows, could play a blood machine in there if nothing else. So let's see, there's Squeezy again. Fire rate increase for Casper, and he's not gonna bother with that last item room. He'll head right on into his mom's foot fight and try to play some catch-up here. And again, speaking of that, hey, there we go. At least we get Bumfriend some money. So that dime showing up, Bumfriend's going to spit out some real nice items here for Slack. Ooh, and how about an Eternal Heart out of there? What? Who would have thought that was the case? But wow, so that happened. So Slack can get himself another health container on the way to the next floor if he wants it. He'll probably hang on to that for a little bit later. Let's see what these pills are. Is he even going to bother, I wonder? There we go, bad gas on this one. Well, Slack's found his full health pills as well. Uh-oh. Thank you, Bumfriend. You're actually being a friend for once. Who would have thought? And again, with that PhD finally getting some pills showing up over on Slack's side, he actually does get to tell what they are. A few frames, it'll actually give you a chance to see what they are. And sorry about the frame dropping. Comcast is being stupid for a minute again, but we're clear of that, so we're all good now. Yeah, Slack has a PhD. That is correct. You can't see it on his character, but yes, he does have it. Yeah, Bumfriend's somehow OP? Ooh, look at this, Catoli again. So all flies in the game are going to be Slack's friends. Wire Coat Hanger, more fire rate for Casper. He's probably pretty damn near capped out at this point. And again, that's slightly frightening, being that he's actually got no orbitals. So that in the next couple of boss fights will really come back to haunt him. But we'll see when it gets there. Again, one floor ahead, we got Slack dealing with double Wrath here on Womb 2. And Casper, just looking for his boss fight here on Womb 1, is still holding on to a bad trip, aka full health pill himself. Slack's got one in that arcade yet. He's holding on to the devil card again for the boss fight, would be my guess, so he gets his damage increase off of there. And then I guarantee he's going back for that full health pill. He will not forget about it, don't worry. And a whole ton of extra bombs, a little bit of a heal. Ooh, and even more money for Bumfriend, so let's see. Ooh, not even gonna let him pick it all up. Jeez, Slack impatient much? I'm just giving him crap, honestly. In a race situation, you don't have to worry about every last penny. Yeah, there's an Eternal Heart in there as well, so I guarantee he's going back for both of those things as soon as the floor is cleared out, but he's keeping that devil card for the damage up on his tiers. Yeah, he's definitely not forgetting about those. I'm in agreement, Mac. Total agreement on that one. But who knows? Maybe we come across a judgy at some point on the floor. He winds up with, like, Mom's purse. You get a second trinket spot, and then that arcade becomes a lot more valuable to Slack. Ooh, and he's found his boss fight finally. So rather large floor, but Slack's cleared out enough of it. Has found his Mom's foot. Or Mom's heart, excuse me. I always say that backwards. That's Mom's heart at the end of Womb 2. The foot's at the end of Depths 2. And one day I'm going to get that right. On that note, though, moving in here again, plenty of bombs for this as well. We'll probably see that double card right about now. Ooh, actually surprised he's going to hang on to this. Really? Okay, there we go. I was going to say, I'm really shocked if Slack's hanging on to that for later floors, because, I don't know, I take the full health instead. So there's your damage up, and again, he'll be back for that full health and Eternal Heart as soon as he's done with this fight. Yeah, by the time you get that right, Rebirth will be out. So true. And then the funny part, like, Edmund, just to be a troll, will switch him. So, like, it'll be the heart, and then you fight the foot. Like, the disembodied foot will be at the end of Womb 2, just for fun. That's up, Flan. How you doing? And there's a split link again. If you guys, guys and gals for that matter, would do me a huge favor. I would love to see each of these guys with 2,400 people in their channels as well, because that would be huge for both of them. So please, please support the two of these guys that really, really deserve it at that catguard.net link, if you would. Alright, and Casper finding his boss fights onto a double Loki fight, so you're sub to Cobalt. Even though it's not technically the way we go about it, let's still see those Mr. Cools, because it's so damn cute. Alright, full health pill, there's that Eternal Heart, and Slack's gonna get his 8th health, red health container, I should say, on his way down to his, or up to his Cathedral. Excuse me, you don't go downwards to the Cathedral. I do too, Alec, I really do too. Yep, sure is, bud. Check out BOILeR.org, the brackets are on the front page, let me get you a link here. Ooh, and that devil deal, so I pretty much guarantee, yeah, that pact is getting bought. More fire rate, more damage for Casper, and again, that is okay. You notice the soul hearts. One of the 3 items that gives you soul hearts that is okay is that pact. So Casper's perfectly fine spending his red hearts for those 2. And again, gets a fire rate and damage increase off of it. So he's into the Womb 2, and again, 1 floor to play catch-up to Slack, who's up in his Cathedral at the moment, just looking for his boss fight. Good choice of that Book of Shadows usage here. I do not like these bomb rooms. That's a blowfish. Ooh, another health uphill there for Slack, so make that now 9 health containers for him. And again, we only have the 1 total orbital going here, but with that 9 health and a full health pill, I don't think Slack's going to worry too much about it. And there's that boss fight, though, so Casper, with his internal compass, has got himself right on over to his mom's heart fight. Now let's see how to play this one. Is he just going to use a bomb, or is he going to try to get this? Yeah, I was going to say, there's the fear, is that will insta-shoot you sometimes with a poison bomb, so without an orbital, couldn't just make that mimic actually do the damage to himself. Couldn't also shoot him without getting shot back, so Casper had to take some damage in there. But again, on into his mom's heart fight, so he's playing catch-up again really quickly here, and he's got the Cathedral coming up momentarily. Ooh, very nice eye, friend. Was that the same run out of curiosity, or did you unlock them both today? Either way, nice. Because God, do I love those items. They're so nice. So much fun to get to have with those. Nope, with the Pact Soul Hearts, with the Scapular Soul Heart, and with the Mark, where it gives you the 1. All of those are okay Soul Hearts to keep with you. You saw Slack in the first round, picked up the Pact, and actually kept those Soul Hearts for dang near 2 floors, if I'm not mistaken. But again, those are okay. It's just actual Soul Heart pickups off of, like, let's say, normal room spawns, maybe the Relic, something like that. Those are off limits. Alright, Casper's finished off Mom's Heart, so like I said, up to his Cathedral, where on the right-hand side, Slackaholicus has found his Isaac fight already. So still trying to play catch-up as Casper, but not all that far behind. Slack building up that advantage, though, as he got lucky enough to come across this fight early here. And he'll head on in. Again, just the 1 orbital. Every time you fire, Isaac fires back at you, and with Robo Baby, this could get interesting. See all the tears he's got to dodge, so this may take a second or two. But with 12 seconds of invincibility off of the Book of Shadows, he's going to really hope now that that bird doesn't go in either. That Eve's Dead bird is a huge hindrance in this fight as well, especially if you don't have shot blocking. So Slack going to hang far back here and just knock his bombs into the center instead of walking in. He does not want that bird to notice. Into phase 2, very nicely done to this point. So again, there's those cheap shots. You only got the one orbital, you're gonna get hit here. Yeah, Casper got some speed down. Ooh, and look at that, has found his boss fight. So, uh-oh. We're really, really close to being neck and neck here again, guys. This is gonna be really, really nail-biting. And again, both holding on to full health pills for all intents and purposes. That bad trip will become one for Casper in 2 more hits. And again, that dead bird into the center, might as well at this point, because you don't get fired on because of your fire now. So there's that 12 seconds of invincibility. Slack will hang around in the center, try to take care of everything as quickly as he can. And 1 or 2 more shots ought to take care of Isaac. We'll take care of that one extra screaming baby. And there's his way up to the chest. So Slack heading on up, that time advantage on his side. Let's see, Rainbow Baby, so follow her with random tears. We got Mom's Bra would freeze enemies in place in the room for a few seconds, but he wants that Book of Shadows. Everything else getting left behind too. And on through, let's see where we can't find his boss fight up here in the chest as Slack needs this. Oh, hello, Super Secret Room. Thank you, full heal. So there's still 2 red hearts sitting in there, and Slack's gonna head back out to take on this boss fight one more time. You don't have to clear all the rooms, you just have to clear the ones on the way to your boss fight. I know it's a really, really oddly phrased rule, but basically the gist is you can't bomb through rooms trying to play catch-up. Like if Casper gets up to his chest floor, and let's say that he knows that Slack's in his boss fight, Casper couldn't just bomb through. He wouldn't be able to anyways, but he couldn't just bomb through doors over and over again, trying to get through as quickly as he could. He would have to clear everything on that pathway itself. Okay, cool. That did make sense. Sweet. I'm always worried that that isn't going to make any sort of sense whatsoever, so hopefully that clarifies a little bit. And again, that full health pill out of the way on Casper's side. He's down to just the 4 hearts. Again, no orbitals for this. Make that 3 and then into phase 3 here. So now a whole bunch of triple shot and screaming babies are going to wind up spawning. And down to just the 1 heart. This is where it gets to be a real pain in the butt. And yeah, that's the no orbitals coming back to bite you square in the butt on Casper's side. So all the way back down to the beginning. Again, that leaves a huge advantage over on the right side for Slack. Ooh. So Guppy items are okay, but not that early on for Guppy's tails. Casper wants no part of this. Yeah, let's see, Brother Bobby also not worth it. Sister Maggie, on the other hand, does more damage than Brother Bobby does, so that'll be a good way to get off and running for Casper. And again, Slack just looking for that last boss fight here, trying to tie this up in 1 apiece. Keeps on getting heals off of those Charm of the Vampire heals, as well as that red heart that spawned for him. And again, still holding on to that full health pill as well, so he's got a lot of health safety on this side. Only the 1 orbital to block shots, but you saw it wasn't that terrible of an issue for him against Isaac. And again, with less health on Blue Baby at the end of this floor, probably won't be too big of a deal there either. Oh, anything can happen, believe me. I've seen some craziness go down in this game, so that's why I'm still, at no point am I just going to be like, Casper's doing things, who cares? No, believe me, no one is ever out of it until the fat lady sings. Well, in this case, until the Blue Baby dies, but same difference. Until it's over, it ain't over, because I've seen crazy, crazy things happen in this game. So I never put it past Binding of Isaac. Every day it'll come up with some new way to troll you. Alright, there's one of the 2 monstros being taken care of. Now this should be a heck of a lot easier for Slack, because he's just got the one to worry about, so he can keep it in this pattern in the corner. Again, still no chest spawns for him. Ooh, that red poop room. Zwicky hates that room, I'll tell you that much right now. Zwicky hates that room. Red poop. Time to go to the hospital. Pretty much what that amounts to. Alright, so after that dead end, let's see. Which way will Slack check this time? I'm going to say far right, and let's see where this actually breaks off to. Alright, back in for those last 2 hearts out of his Super Seeker room. I'm actually going to head over to the center here. I'll be damned. Alright, let's check what's up this side. Oh, God. Oh, I never even realized that. It actually says Magdalena up there instead of Maggie. I never even paid attention to that before. Interesting. Wow, Lust, chill out. I'd say chill out, bro, but chill out, sis. Oh, thank you, Gluttony. I think Gluttony actually just killed Lust for Slack. That does happen from time to time. Alright, bomb bag on Casper's side. Every couple rooms he clears out, I'll spawn a bomb or 2 for him. You can actually get lucky and get 1+1 or 1+1 free out of it. And on that note, let's get another quick for famine, if you would. Wow, yet another dead end. At least that time doesn't have any enemies to clear for Slack. So let's see. This floor, man. Let's try this side. Alright, now we got double Monstro yet again. Of course, it's the 2 really quick jumping ones. So welcome to a really annoying room here. I do wonder now if Slack's going to hang on to that charge of Book of Shadows or not. Especially with all these extra tears coming out of them, I would pretty much just Book of Shadows this and try to take care of everything as quick as I could. I hate this room so much. And you can see why. Slack's just taking some cheeseball damage up in here. Yeah, this chest has become evil. Like, if you guys were watching last night, we had one of the easiest chest levels I've ever seen in my entire time playing this game. And then tonight, it's just like, oh, yeah, we were supposed to give you bad enemies. Oh, here, let's double it up on you. Well, Casper's found his way directly over to his boss fight. So again, by the rules, what Casper's done on this floor is enough to clear out the floor. He doesn't have to worry about anything else if he doesn't want to. Now, he's probably going to go find his item, most likely. But if he wanted to, he could fight his boss and be on to his next floor. He's cleared enough by Slack's rules. Yeah, the chest last night was, like, ridiculously easy. Like, empty room, spider, empty room, boss fight. Okay. Ooh, and speaking of boss fights, mention it and it shows up. So Slack's found his his blue baby fight. I always say that wrong. It's Isaac on the previous floor. So he has used up that full health bill already. But again, just this one last room to clear, and then he'll be into what could be that final boss fight, looking to tie this up at 1 apiece and force game 3. Oh yeah, I was trying to tell you last night, yeah, your chat add-on's busted to sell at the moment, Otaku. I kind of figured you wouldn't. Kind of figured you wouldn't have yesterday. That's why I was like, yeah, you know what, screw it. He's on cloud 9. He got to meet Cruella. He's too happy right now. So good timing on that heart. See, Slack, I don't think meant to drop that. Indeed he didn't. He was trying to pause up real quick there. So let's see, heading on in. 1 orbital. Oh god, here we go. Blue baby fight. He's got that charge on the Book of Shadows, though. So again, 12 seconds of invincibility for Slack when he wants it. Blue baby does have less health than Isaac does on the previous floor. I'm in no rush for him. I could care less when you fix him, honestly. Just figured I'd let you know. No, honestly, take your time. We don't have another race till next Saturday anyway, so I think you got a little bit of time in there, and even at that point, who cares? How's Blue Baby harder? I don't know that he is, honestly. In my opinion, I think it's an easier fight than Isaac just because he has less health. It's basically the exact same thing with less health on the boss. Speaking of less health, Slack down to just 3.5 himself here. Again, just the one orbital to block for him. So if he can get it into phase 3, he's a heck of a lot safer than he is right now, but he would love to be able to save that Book of Shadows charge for then. And doing a really good job dodging out of the way. Again, if you're firing on Blue Baby or Isaac, they're firing back at you. So keep in mind with that dead bird in the center, that counts as fire. So he's going to keep firing because of that. Down to 1.5 hearts of Slack. He'll play it down to the point where he gets hit again. He'd get a 5-second free damage shield and then be able to use his Book of Shadows. So here you go. There's that damage. Half a heart left. He's got basically 17 seconds of invincibility, and now it's down to 12, so it's all about doing all the damage he can as quickly as possible. And again, doesn't get to see his Book of Shadows orbiting around him, so that is a bit of a dilemma. There we go, now he knows he's out of charge. But again, half a heart. Hold on to your butts, because this ain't over yet by any means. Oh god, that spawn point. Whoa! Slack got pushed into that purple shot. Oh. Wow. That spawn point screwed Slack so bad right there. So he had to move to the right because there was nowhere else to dodge that screaming baby that spawned up underneath him and right into a purple homing shot. Ow, to that one. That's what I was looking for. Yep, you can thank the bird on that one. Eve's dead bird will come back to haunt you on those two fights. That's why I hate running Eve. Like, especially through the chest, because you have to deal with that twice. And if you get hit, that bird just shows up immediately. I'm like, oh, look, Isaac. And look, the carry poop. Yeah, blame Demon Judgy. Yeah, right? Actually, Demon Judgy didn't do anything real bad out of that one. It was just the fact that, like, you know, it's the dead bird, honestly. That's what you have to attribute that one to, is just the dead bird. If it weren't for all the extra fire back that Slack were getting on that, he could have had even just one more heart on that. And quite honestly, he would have probably had enough time. All he had to do was dodge in there. Even if he would have gotten hit with just one more heart, he still would have been alive. So maybe without that dead bird, maybe it's a completely different story. But wow, man, it's tough to leave stuff behind that does any sort of damage in this situation. It can't spell poop without OP. Again, Emperor card is banned usage-wise. Again, you can pick it up, but you can't actually use it. One of the carry items, though, in my opinion, that wasn't banned in Slack's rolls, technology, which he just found. Now, it doesn't exactly give you damage up right off the bat, but it can be ridiculously overpowered for you, given a few other items. So we'll see if Slack can't find some damage up here, but he's got a nice technology laser, just like Robo Baby for him in the last run. Yep, people want to lurk, just let them lurk. There's a reason they're not talking. So they're either busy doing something, or they're just not paying attention to chat and watching the race itself, whatever the case might be. But yeah, if they're going to lurk, let them lurk. Yeah, Binding of Isaac is totally ridiculously mean to everybody, Zeke. It ain't just you, it ain't just me, believe me, bro. Believe you me, it is a cruel mistress to everybody. So a little bit more help there. Slack's on down to his new second floor. And again, only the two behind Casper right now. So they're still very, very, very close, guys. Again, they're small floors to begin here. So Slack is not far behind right now. Exactly, Lucas. Exactly, dude. It gives 0 Fs about anything. Like, anything. It will just screw you over at a moment's notice. It's a beautiful game for that, but at the same point, man, is it a troll fest, too. Ah, it's such a nice trend that every time I turn around I see Zeke emotes. God, I love that. Dem fist, man. Dem fist. So I love the subscriber emotes here, man. People are adding in some freaking awesome stuff. Zeke, I love your emotes, by the way, man. Yep, it's going to happen at some point. So Slack got a health down pill, which kind of makes up for what he had gotten out of the health up previously. But again, with Maggie, at least you get that health up immediately. Now, here comes an interesting one. Blue Larry Jr., again, he gets to shoot through every piece of it with technology, so he'll make very quick work of this. But again, this is going to spawn a blue soul heart, and those pickups are outlawed by Slack's rules, so he'll grab this health container. Maybe that penny, but not the soul heart there. Guaranteed that spawn off of those blue ones. gonna say, thinking about this, Wolf, you need to switch around the handedness of yours just so that, like, we can actually, or actually, dude, make another one so that there's a left and a right so it doesn't look like I'm doing the 2 on the outside of the Pekka face anymore. That'd be awesome. Now I'm just getting picky. Anyways, ooh, flight's outlawed, so Holy Grail, no good in that God room for Casper. Would have given him another health up container, but most importantly, permanent flight on that as well. And again, by Slack's rules, which let me list out, are completely banned here. Ooh, forget the Ankh. I didn't even think about the Ankh, but I'd imagine that at that point, it'd just be like eating your normal death and having to reset because... Jeez, I didn't even think about asking Slack about that one. Itaku, that's a really good point, dude. At some point, if it shows up, we'll find out what the ruling is, but we haven't seen it yet tonight, amazingly. I didn't even think about that. But yeah, I'd imagine you don't want that. By the rules, I'd imagine you're correct, and you wouldn't want that in the slightest bit. Ankh is banned. Okay, cool, cool. Zarian would be the word on this one that I'll fully trust here, for obvious reasons. And how you doing, by the way, Zarian? But yes, he did say Ankh is banned, so there you go. I wouldn't have taken it anyways, given the situation of what happens when you die with it, so it made sense. But yeah, it is completely outlawed. Oh, that's right, he did skip it early in the first. You're right. Wow, I thought that was yesterday for some stupid reason, but you're right, that was earlier today. So yes, it has been skipped already. I totally spaced on that. Herpadur. That was a batter. How you doing today? Good to see you, sir. Why are Soul Hearts banned? It's just the rules that Slackaholicus came up with. He is the undefeated #1 rank right now in the NFC. And again, Casper, #2, only has 1 loss more than Slack does. And 1 loss total, for that matter. That should tell you how good these guys are. But again, Slack had the better ranking coming in, so he got quote-unquote home field advantage and got to pick what the rule set was. So he knows that one of Casper's least favorite characters to run as is Maggie. So that was his choice right off the bat, and put in all those extra rolls to kind of make it a little more interesting. So whoever's got the better ranking in the playoffs this year gets to choose what character they use and what rule set they use too. Yep. Shark, if you look at the... Did I not post that? Apparently I hit split instead. Well, that was stupid. Anyways, if you look at that Imager link right there, that'll show you all of Slackaholicus' rules for this one. Wow, to this room on Casper's side. So 1 Shale Knight and 1 Champion Shale Knight. God, this room is brutal. No thanks. At least he gets an item at the end of it, but God, no thanks to this room. I do not like those enemies. Look at this. At least he gets 2 extra items out of this. And this thing can die now. There we go. Ooh, very nice find. So 1 more health container. And plus to all your stats, except I believe it's missing range on the odd mushroom. So more damage and 1 more health, most importantly, out of this entire process for Casper. And he'll be looking for his boss fight here on Depths 1. Again, just 1 floor behind right now. We got Slackaholicus on the right-hand side, making a good comeback with this technology build. And again, just looking for item room and boss fight for him. Yeah, only a penny. Oh, well, at least he gets to use it here. Let's get a judgy, please, over on Casper's side. And see if he can at least put that penny he just got to good use. Yeah, bomb is a bomb. We'll take it. Ah, keys. Now that's important, but we'd really like some type of really good item. Maybe some health up here. Come on, judgy. Health up. There we go. That's exactly what we're looking for, so thank you. Moving on in, we got your boss fight over here for Casper on the left side. And he'll be taking on Gish, so guaranteed little Gish item at the end of this. Follower with tar tears that'll slow down movement speed and shot speed of enemies. Ooh, nice. Just put a new version out. Nice. Yeah, right. Thanks for not trolling, finally, Judgy. Jeez. It wasn't a demon Judgy, that's why. It didn't feel that evil twinge in it like the other one did. Again, if you guys weren't here in round number 1, Slack spent about 30 seconds gambling on a demon Judgy to only wind up with... did it actually give him anything in the long run? I can't even remember what it gave him now. That's how bad it was. Even if the Soul Hearts did show up this run, nobody'd be able to take him anyway, so it's actually turning out okay that we're not seeing too many of them. Oh, I was going to say, I thought Slack got screwed there, but nope, it did actually give him his way into his other bomb, so there we go. And again, Casper on down to his depths too. He's got one last item room and one more boss fight for the depths in Mom's Foot to find. And speaking of item rooms and boss fights, Slack finding both of those here on his caves too. Ooh. Technology and chocolate milk combination. Interesting item synergy here. So we'll see. Slack can actually charge that laser or fire it as rapidly as he wants to now. So this could definitely be interesting. I like the fact that you can charge and get a lot bigger technology laser too, but more importantly, I love being able to spam that fire rate as quickly as possible. Yeah, Choco Tech. Yeah, and it's button mashing time. Hope you don't have carpal tunnel, because you will soon. Again, that's the one problem. If you want to make your own fire rate, again, if you're just holding down the button, you're charging right there. So you'd have to literally, you know, sit there and spam your button as quickly as you can. Again, Super Bandit showed up there. It's the second time we've seen it tonight. That actually gives you 2 soul hearts on the pickup, and Slack outlawed that. So second time we've seen it pass, now once on both sides. And Slack's on down to his depths where he's getting a loading screen error. So let's see if this doesn't happen to pop through, maybe to an XL floor. Yeah, Chocology. I actually like that. I like that name. I'm using that from now on. Chocoholicus? Huh? Yeah. Ooh, and look at this. Casper internal compassed himself over to his boss fight again. So again, by the rules, let me list these out one more time here in chat. That imager link will show you. Casper's done everything he needs to do by one of those rules to actually clear out this floor. You just have to kill everything on the way to your boss fight. Can't bomb through doors, for example. So again, he's done everything he needs to, but he's going to backtrack for that last item room that he's going to find. Yeah, so basically it's a poop laser? One way to look at it. Sure. Alright, Soul Heart not going to do any good for Slack, so again, going to have to leave that behind quickly. Yep, we're here all week. Tip the veal, try the waitstaff. Wait. Yeah, you know what, go with it. Just do that. Both will be appreciative. One won't know what's happening. And it's not the veal. Okay, I'll stop now, seriously. Run and failed. Have yourself a good one. Can he bomb through rooms to find his item room? Technically, yes, he could. Yeah, veal tipping. So you're setting him upright at that point? Technically, I think that's what veal tipping is. You'd actually be making him stand. Ah, Comcast, no. OBS, work with me, damn you. Okay, there we go. Now see, it keeps switching back and forth between the two of them. That's weird. Sorry for the frame drops, guys. Comcast is just being a douchebag on the weekends to me. Do. Anytime now, Comcast. There we go. Thank you. Wow, check this out. Dueling technology? Oh my. And again, Casper has damage up on that already, so a little bit different lasers going up. We got chocolate technology on the right-hand side where Slack can charge and build more damage, or fire at whatever rate he wants. Casper's got the odd mushroom for some damage up, and technology itself, so he's going to fire at normal rate, but already guaranteed damage increase on it. So, interesting. This is going to be fun, guys. And again, we're only the one floor separated here. Casper on his way up to his mom's foot fight at the moment. And, excuse me, on the right-hand side, Slack looking for an item room still on his steps 1. Knows where his boss fight is, but he'll be back for that in a moment. It just has little stupid moments here and there where basically it thinks about dropping me offline and then goes, oh, you're trying to work. Okay, yeah, we'll let you keep doing this. I think it's their way of telling me to upgrade to business class and, yeah, stop cheesing the home internet that I'm using. Because I really need to upgrade to business class. They've been on my case for like a year because I destroy my my usage rights. Like, you're only supposed to get 250 gigabits a month, which seems like a lot, right? No, I destroy that by 4 to 5 times. I'm not joking. I literally use over a gig a month. Alright, so there's that item room showing up for Slack. We'll see if he can't get any sort of damage, perhaps, out of this. I bet he wouldn't mind health, either. Yeah, there we go. Nice way to replace your Yum Heart, at least. Ooh, not gonna do it, though. So Unicorn Horn getting left behind. We saw Casper just use a Chariot card that had the same effect. It attaches a Unicorn Horn to your head. Lets you damage everything as long as you're running into it. But Casper finishing off that Mom's Foot fight. Let's see, box of items. Justice card, one more of every type of items, including all the others he has here. Has to take the Polaroid because we're racing through the chest. And don't think he even wants to bother with the pills? No, he doesn't. He'll take that Lover's card for the 2 red heart spawns whenever he wants them. And on down to, well, in this case, Utero 1, the expansion version of Womb 1. And again, just looking for boss fights now. There's no more item rooms and no more stores. And on the note of boss fights, we got Slack just about a little over halfway through Loki, so let's see those Mr. Cools one more time. And he'll be on to his depths too, just as soon as this dies off. So let's see, more pills for Slack. Let's see, ooh, 2 full health pills. Yeah, we'll be taking that second one with. Let's see what else we got in here. Might as well try him. Balls of Steel, again, it was unidentified, so that's perfectly okay the first time for Slack. You can't ever use one of those again. But he gets 2 soul hearts out of it, and he gets to keep those because that is completely random. It wasn't on purpose that he got them. But again, keeping that full health pill with him as well, so that's huge on the health containers. Huge for him. And again, also got a pretty fly, so second orbital floating around blocking shots. And he's got twice as many as Casper does. Yeah, that was really kind of an honestly ridiculously overpowered pill bag. Only thing better would have been like a couple of health ups coming out of it as well. Or maybe some, well, actually, fire rate wouldn't even matter for Slack, so I guess, yeah, Tears Up would be moot point. And again, this time Casper can go ahead and take out the Mimic by staying all the way on the other side of the room, as he does have more range than Mimic ever will. Again, that technology clears one side of the room to the other, no questions asked. Oh, I feel your pain, Jazz. I totally feel your pain. Like, I've had months where my Comcast has been brutally terrible. And then the rest of the time, it has been the best thing ever. Like, the best install I've ever had. Ever since I got this new modem, though, it's been kind of up in the air, so yeah, we'll figure it out. But yeah, it's better than anything else at the moment, and there's no other options for me either. So I'm pretty well stuck. But I'm pretty sure Comcast wants me to upgrade to business class. I use so much on my upload. I really do. Great job lining that room up there by Slack. Still moving along, looking no item room, no boss fight yet, and still no key either for Slackaholicus. So you'd love to come across a few of those. He doesn't quite have the money to spend in that store either. Most likely going to be greed in there anyways. But would love to get a key for that last item room before he sees it. Has found his boss fight, so again, cleared out everything he needs to on this floor. Question is, do you look for that item room and a key? Because that is really, really questionable if you're going to get one, or if you're going to get the key there. You'll definitely find your item room at some point. Will you be able to get into it, though? No luck, but yes, answer is he will go back and look for it. We update Casper's really quick here because I just hit a gigantic lag ball. So he should be way further ahead. Yes, indeed he is. There we go. Much better. Every now and then that happens, so I'll catch up and pause and unpause every now and then whenever we get that far behind. So again, apologies. Comcast hates the weekends. Oh, in America, we have, like, ridiculously terrible internet, quite honestly, compared to most of the rest of the world. We really do. I've got a really good install, though. Like, as much as I complain, I really can't. It's been one of the best installs ever in my life, so honestly, I should be praising Comcast. They've done a great job with this one. Right as I say that, and here we go again with the frame drop. Woo! Nope, okay, it lived through that one. See? Talk nice and it lives through. Yeah. Alright, another dead end there on Casper's side. So let's see, still holding on to that heal. A 2-heart heal, I should say, with this Lover's card. And Slack in a dead end room, doesn't have to worry about it. You can bomb back out of those. You don't have to clear every room you go into, just the ones clearing your way to your boss fight. And not even going to bother trying to get that key. Even though he knows where that item room is, Slack's just going to keep walking along here. And again, he has to hope for 4 more at least to show up so he can get into his chest items as well. Don't even have the option, Stavos. Ooh, about another health uphill there on Casper's side. So now he's rocking, let's see, 10 health containers. About golden key, so infinite keys now on Utero 1 for him. Come on, heart. Yeah, no such luck. So Casper just going to blow this up. Maybe a secret room? Oh, indeed it was. And unicorn horn. Now the question is, wow, will he wind up replacing this? No, he's not going to either. So Casper going to also leave behind unicorn horn here in favor of that yum heart. So both racers favoring the yum heart here as they want that full heart heal every time they use it. Again, I don't blame him. Casper's got plenty of heart containers, but they're not all full at the moment. Yeah, I wish I had other choices, honestly. I've only got Comcast available here. And the funny part is AT&T goes all around the island I live on, but not to my island, which is where the community college used to be, so I don't really understand how that's the case, but, you know, it is. So the community college wound up moving 2 blocks over. They actually built a whole new building for it 2 blocks over, and now they have AT&T. I don't think they like Comcast. Again, Slack finishing off the last little bit of Grey Mom's foot here. Again, regular, normal. Let's say that. Redundancy, Department of Redundancy wants its redundancy back. Anyways, normal level enemy spawn, so nothing too scary unless they build up on you. That's the scary part. Slack got kind of cheaped there at the end. I didn't even see the shadow. But if Mom's foot shadow shows up on the screen and you kill off one of the eyeballs instead, she still hits you. So you have to watch out for that. He took a real cheap shot there, but again, on down to his womb one. Same floor Casper's on, but Casper's already found his boss fight here. So we'll see how lucky Slack gets. Alright, and speaking of lucky, not so lucky for Casper. He's got the, we like to say, not a bro here in Conquest, so he's going to have to deal with a pretty nasty boss fight. But again, plenty of health for it. Little Gish will help out immensely in slowing down the movement speed, let alone shot speed of Conquest. And already a good 25% of the way through is Casper, so doing a very nice job here. Again, the big fear is actually the purple homing shots, not so much this charge. But the purple homing shots will definitely screw you over, as will those beams of light from Crack the Sky. Best way to go about it, just what Casper did. Don't even move and just hope for the best, because if one of those lights is going to hit you, you can just move out of the way at that point. Don't keep moving around, because the more ground you cover, the more chance you have of hitting those beams. And there's those purple shots I was warning about, so there you see the first bit of damage. And again, Casper was pretty well trapped between that charge, so nothing he could do there. But down to the last little bit of health here and looking to get to his womb too. And Slack making up good time, just looking for that same boss fight room. Actually finally gets the key, so at least he's got one in hand now. But Slack definitely would love to find at least 3 more, because again, that first room of the chest gives you 4 locked chests for items. And you definitely want a chance at those. Again, that is banned, so Pony is a banned item here. That's why I was saying not so lucky with this find. Should have normally, if you get a Horseman, been a cube of meats for a orbital and adding on to the one that Casper had, but since it was Conquest, you get that white pony. Again, would have been a speed increase, normally forced to take those by this rule set. But also gives you flying, which is banned by this rule set, so Slack outright banned the 2 pony usages. Nope, we don't do mirror matches. We're using the actual game, not the cheat engine. Ooh, and Slack's found his boss fight as well. In a race situation, mirror matches are stupid because the other person could just look at the other person's minimap and be like, oh, the boss is to the left. Okay, cool. So, like, even though Slack was trying to make up time there, for example, like, basically, like, he could have just looked over the entire time at Casper's and just written down the entire map and like, alright, I just go left. Alright, cool. And speaking of Conquest, now Slack has to deal with him as well. So again, gonna wind up with that banned white pony at the end of this. But also gonna move on to his womb too as soon as he's done. So again, just has to deal with this real troll boss fight. And again, those purple shots. I know what Slack's gonna cuss out later tonight, and it's definitely those homing purple shots on enemies. Yeah, hello again, Con, not a bro quest. How are you doing? It's been forever, it seems. Actually, I just about went Conway Twitty on you there. Hello, darling. It's been a long time. Sorry. Just as trolly as you used to be. Okay, I'll stop now. Anybody who doesn't know who Conway Twitty is just like, what the hell did Crumps just do there? No, I said I'd tell you at the finals, Davers. Oh god, muted. Yeah, wow, I didn't even think about that. Oh god. Well, you got a new nickname for Conquest now. You gotta dress him up like Conway Twitty for an emote. I see how we're doing this. So Slack's finished off that fight, getting himself 1 health back, on down to his womb 2. And again, regular version on the right-hand side. We got the expansion version for Casper, so slightly tougher enemies in theory. Couple bombs out of that bomb bag. Let's see. I can't believe he's gonna try down to this side. That's interesting. So let's see if this actually works out well. This very well could, honestly. The way this map lays out, this could actually be the correct way for Casper. Let's see if we're that lucky. Nope, not this time, though. He does have a judgy he could think about. There, we just turned into like, hello, Isaac. Good to see you. It's been a long time. I'm telling you, this'll work. It'll sell, dude. Bad Isaac covers by Conway Twitty. Alright, so Casper, not so much an internal compass per se. You got a few dead ends on that run, but has found Mom's Heart at the end of Womb 2. And again, there's no item rooms and no stores to worry about, so everything that Casper needs to do on this floor is done. Gonna actually grab that half-heart container, move on in, and again, he'll face off against Mom's Heart here. Speaking of which, look who's found his as well on the right-hand side. So Slackaholicus is 1 room away from Casper at the moment. So again, that comeback, this is why you never count anybody out of these runs, guys. And Casper, or excuse me, Slack gonna try for a 2 for 1. Gets another half a heart out of that. Might as well take it at this point. And again, with those 4 hearts, he'll head on in to face Mom's Heart himself. So again, 2 orbitals for Slack, just the 1 for Casper. And again, those will play better, or play differently even the coming floors. Not so much in this fight. But again, Casper, the very slight damage advantage right now. Tons of extra bombs for that matter as well, as he's over halfway through Mom's Heart, excuse me, already. Again, I'll get that right by the next game getting released. I swear to God I will. And she should stay out the rest of the time. Indeed she will. Just have to worry about keeping Shub on the other side of the room. Or Mom actually killing him. That could work too. Nice dodge there by Casper. And Slack gonna hang on to these 11 bombs for the time being and just try to take everything out with his technology laser. Yep, best of 3 first. That is correct. Ooh, look at this, another health container. So normally you don't get anything after this boss fight, but with that Eternal Heart, Casper gonna move up to his Cathedral, grab himself his 11th red heart container. And again, just looking for his Isaac fight up here now. Until they haven't said what's up, Tess. How you doing, man? By the way, your scores on Pac-Man, dude. Jesus. I'm gonna have some time to put into those, because wow, you got some ridiculous scores, bro. Alright, and to that point where it lives should stay out the rest of the time here. And indeed it will, so just have to worry about those knights on the far side of the room for Slack. But he can direct damage Mom's Heart the rest of this fight. And again, he'll look to catch up to that same floor where we got Casper right now, just a few rooms ahead. Again, though, all about the health at this point. Slack working with just the 5 heart containers. Casper's got 11. So more than twice the health over on the left-hand side, and a slight time advantage for the time being, at least. And again, it's all random as far as where that boss fight is on both of the sides. And last little bit of health disappearing. There goes Mom's Heart for, excuse me, for Slackaholicus. I keep wanting to call him Casper. And he'll head on up to his Cathedral. So let's see. Full health bill still in tow. We got that Lover's card still for Casper as well for 2 red hearts. And just dead end after dead end. So let's see over to the left-hand side. Ooh, there's that 4th key. So Slack now knows he's got enough keys finally for the chest. And that's what he's been waiting to find. All right, again, even though that door's been blown open by Daddy Longlegs here, Casper not going to bother going through it. He'll finish off the fight, not just because he's low on health, or not him, but not just because the enemy's low on health, but because, again, if that is the way to his boss fight, he'd have to go back and clear this room anyways by the rules that Slack set forth. And again, let me list these out here. That imager link on Spazbot's going to get you what you need to know. All right, yet another dead end here, so Casper going to bomb out of this one. That's perfectly okay to do. You don't have to clear the entire floor, just the way to your boss fight. And that Troll and Fistula wound up spawning, well, not spawning, but splitting, I should say, directly on top of Slack there. So taking even more cheap damage on the right side for Slackaholicus. But one last enemy in this room. And one more to the left. I was going to say, it looks like he might have his boss fight at the end of this, and lo and behold, he does. So made up a lot of time here as Slackaholicus. And we'll see if Casper can't get lucky enough to come across his boss fight soon. And that full health pill is going to have to come into effect on Slack's side pretty soon. Alright, no extra heal out of that. I'll try to get some hearts out of that heart machine. Ooh, thank you, game. About 1.5 hearts. Again, that soul heart's off limits. Let's see, Slack in a backtrack here. What else does he still want? Ooh, gonna try for that secret room. And he had a few bombs. Might as well try that one spot that he had. Maybe if nothing else, you try for a super secret here as well, but not gonna be in the works. Slack thought about it for a second, I think. But instead, I'll head straight on in, looking for that boss fight. So Slack versus Isaac on the right-hand side. And again, 2 orbitals floating around. He has that full health pill in tow. And if he gets hit once more, he gets 5 seconds of damage shield off of that Polaroid, so that's why you'll see him hang on to this for a second. Ooh, badly placed bomb, doesn't get to push it in. There we go. Let's see, library on Casper's side. That could definitely play interesting. Let's see what books are in there. There's Headless Horseman getting cleared out. Casper not going to check? Yes, he is. Ooh, interesting. So, Book of Revelations would have spawned a Soul Heart. Again, pretty well off limits there. And the other one would have been Homing Tears. But again, with technology, you don't get homing effect on it. Wow, this floor just keeps going. So Casper, with no luck here, is still yet to find the same boss fight that Slackaholicus is in. He's got to be close, though. And let's see if it isn't maybe attached to this next room. Because this is getting ridiculous. This floor, man. Oh my god, it just keeps going. It'll be on this path. It's just a matter of where. Yep, we raced through the chest. That's correct. So into phase 2 here. We got Slack using up that full health pill. And again, at 5 full hearts now, but no other way to get him back here at this point, as none are even on the map. We got the 1/2 a heart, I believe it is, left in the room behind him, but he can't get to it here. There's that boss fight finally showing up on Casper's. So we'll be in the same room momentarily, and again, Casper's got slightly better damage on this laser. So heading on in, same room at the same time right now. And again, we got 1 floor to go after this too, so it's not just about this fight, but it is really neck and neck here. Again, there's about just a little over the halfway mark for Slack. I'm working on about the first 10 to 15% done on Casper's side. So phase 2 should be about another 10 or 15%, I think, for Slack. And we'll wind up with phase 3, where, again, all those screaming babies are going to wind up spawning. But it makes it a little bit easier, as it doesn't return fire as often. And Casper doing a beautiful job dodging here, as he's only got the 1 orbital to block shots for him. Again, Sister Maggie and his Little Gish both also adding in some damage, let alone that slowdown effect on the tier speed. Thank Little Gish for that, being a real bro for Casper. And there's that phase 3. Ooh, that purple shot got close on Slacks. That one cheaped him. And down to just the 1 heart for Slackaholicus again. Wow, thank you, Orbital. That one saved Slack's butt right there. But again, building up all these extra screaming babies really comes back to haunt you really fast, because that's a lot of extra shots on the screen. And Casper hitting about the 50% mark himself on the left. Ooh, and that's the problem. So even with that orbital being close by, just 1 more millisecond on it, that orbital would have blocked the shot, but no such luck, and Slack's down again. So huge advantage on Casper's side. Again, still holding on to that 2 heart heal at 6 full heart containers, about halfway, a little bit over that through Isaac's fight. And again, one more floor afterwards. And there's phase 3 showing up on Casper, so again, a little bit of less return fire as far as Isaac goes. But again, watch out for those screaming babies as these pile up fast, and especially with your laser tier. You have to line them up just perfectly to hit them. Again, 32 bombs though, so there we go. I was going to say I'll probably start making some use out of these. Again, is Charm of the Vampire healing them ever so slightly every now and then. I'll make that 2.5 hearts now on Casper's side. Again, he's going to wait until he at least gets down to half a red heart before doing anything with that lover's card, because you get that 5 seconds of invincibility. And there it is. So there's the lover's card as well, but Casper's invincible for 5 seconds. There goes the last little bit of damage. All right, Isaac's out of the way, but now it's all about where you find heals as Casper. Because he's got 1.5 hearts sitting in this room, which would push him up to a total of 3. But wow, what do you do here? I don't see anything on the floor worthwhile. Yikes. Do you really just hope in that first room of the chest that you can find a full heal of some nature? Do you go back looking here? Answer is you go back looking here. Ooh. Again, there is that one, I can't even tell exactly what type of slot machine that is over on the far side, but there's something on this floor, at least for Casper. And he could find his super secret room as well. He's got plenty of bombs to check, and indeed he's going to start here. And he's got that pill too. I don't know if I'd risk it or not, but he does have that pill sitting out. So let's see, no luck, 0 for 2 so far. Slack, yeah, gonna have to go ahead and take this. A little bit of health up in a challenge room. It'll take on a few extra enemies here. Alright, a little bit more money. At least gets a bomb back, does Casper. But where is the super secret hiding? Didn't even check down there. Ah, that's what it was, Demon Judgy. Yeah, I don't see that one getting played. Oh, for the love of really? Like, and of course he didn't check one side of that other far room, so there's still a chance it's over there. And again, these orange fires will actually shoot back at you, so you see Casper taking all these out so he doesn't have to worry about them ever again. Oh, we're going to take that pill, aren't we? All you can do at this point. So Casper's going to hang on to this for a while, get himself back out of these spikes. Now the question is... let's see, nothing else. He'll head onto the chest here. And again, he's going to really hope for some sort of health up, or full heal, I should say, out of the first couple of items here. He'll get 4. It's just a matter of what he gets. Have yourself a good one, Andy. It wouldn't matter if you blew up Judgy at this point. The Demon Judgy's just going to give you 2 spiders, and there's no chance for a Devil Deal or God Room for him. So the Band D6 showing up on Slack's side. That's a no thank you. Let's see. Interesting space use items. What else we got? Best friend is not a best friend. Wow. And teleporting remote. Oh, dear God. So let's see. It's going to have to be Game Kid, because at least you can give yourself half-heart heals as you kill off enemies from time to time. This is actually a very good room for it, too. So Casper may split all these brains up and then just go ahead and start eating them, and that's exactly what he's going to do. So there are some heals coming back for him. Game Kid, thank you. That's exactly what he needed. And again, technology glitches your character out just slightly from the looks of things. And again, even though Casper is actually firing to the right, it's firing to the left for him, and his head is just slightly off kilter for the rest of the room. Gotta love that Game Kid glitch with technology. It looks so cool. Alright, Casper's got one of the 2 horsemen out of the way, so now it's just Pestilence he has to deal with. And one last little bit of damage here for Slack against this new boss fight. Let's see which of the 2 he gets. Ooh, got the nice one. Damage up the Steven tumor for Slack, so damage up on his tears, and he'll be happy moving on down to his caves, where he gets an immediate item room, though no key for it yet. Again, this is actually a pretty good way for Casper to farm up some health, and that's exactly what he's going to do in here. I like this move. If you guys are wondering what he's doing, he's letting Pestilence spawn all these extra enemies. And again, every time he kills one of these off, he's got a chance that gives him a half a red heart heal. So Casper's actually trying to play this for as much health as he can right now. Yeah, that band knife. Yeah, Casper's farming for health at the moment. He's trying to get anything back that he can because he has no other way to heal unless that happens to be a full health pill for him. And again, if Pestilence would just spawn more, and maybe we'd get a little bit luckier as Casper. You'd see some more heals coming out of this. But so far, not all that much luck. Ouch. There we go. I was going to say it was going to happen right about there as he got hit. So now it's just going to be, you know what, screw it. We've broken even on this, and that room's over. And gets a half heart heal out of it, if nothing else. And let's try over to the right-hand side. All right, again, with the technology, these fights are pretty darn easy. You can hit all pieces of Chubb at the same time. So this actually becomes relatively easy for Casper. I'd assume that at that point, if there were telepills and it took Casper into the boss fight, he would probably either after the boss fight have to go back and clear every other room back to the entrance, or it'd be up to Slack at that point. I don't know how that would actually pan. Awesome spoon. Glad we can help, man. Oh god, this room. Ooh, how the heck did that not hit Casper? Wow, did he get lucky on that one. I hate this room. You put a greed in any of these mini boss fights for me, I'm taking an immense amount of damage. I hate greed so much. Again, worth a ridiculous fire rate here with that odd mushroom, which again, gives you a little bit of damage down, but fair trade-off for that fire rate. A little bit more range up here as Slack's taking out Pete. And with everything else done, what else is he going to head back for? Looking for keys, maybe? What else have I not remembered on his floor? Because I'm obviously spacing on something here. Ah, he is going for keys. There's your answer. Alright, nice heal there in Casper's room yet again. Not going to bother with that half a heart as he wants that Polaroid to be enacted if he ever gets a chance. Ooh, though with this low speed, thank you, Lust, for getting killed off by that gluttony shot of Brimstone. The only reason that Casper's not taking a mass amount of damage in this room is that Lust died off instantly in there. She was going to be right on him that entire fight, so he got pretty lucky. Though did just get clipped himself, so down to a heart and a half here. Aw. And of course an Emperor card when he needs it most and can't use it for Casper. So again, can't teleport directly into your boss fight with those Emperor cards. So he'll grab that half-hour heal, which does pretty much nothing for him. And let's try over to the south room. Oh god, double Gertie Juniors. And they're the big nasty ones too. Oh, jeez. Oh, and speaking of those pills, they were telepills. Uh-oh. So we were asking about it. They were telepills, and Casper's on the far side of this chess map now. Oh, God. I may go looking for my Super Seeker room. Casper's going to say no and just head straight on into the next room, though, with just the one heart right now. Make that a heart and a half, thanks to his 13th kill. And let's see, he's going to head back over to the right. I may actually consider popping that game kit right here just to try and get some health back. May only be a heart and a half at most, but damn, do you need some health here as Casper. So come on, maybe one of these will actually spawn a chest for him, which will actually give Casper an item. Could we be that lucky? Let's see, Mr. Boom, the one-time space use item. It's got Mr. Mega attached to it, so at least it's got extra damage. Casper's gonna go put this to use and probably try to find a secret or super secret room. And no such luck to this point. So he'll grab that game kit once again. Got Large showing up in Slack's item room. So again, with the speed down on that, he has to take it one way or the other, but 2 more health increase for him. So he's got 7 health containers rocking. Thank you to that orbital blocking that gluttony shot, because I'm not sure how the hell Casper got out of that, honestly. Yeah, one last shot here on gluttony ought to do this. Or a couple more. Good God. I hate when it hides how much health they have. Thank you, heart spawns. So 3 hearts now for Casper. And let's see, he'll backtrack over to the left side again as he's cleared out every room. Now backing up to where he entered the floor. So now he can continue on looking for that boss fight. Absolutely bearded. Again, Slack facing off against Champion Huskier to finish off his caves too, so he's got depths on the other side of this boss fight. And again, making very, very good time here with a pretty decent build going on too. He's got a heck of a lot more health than he had in the entire last run already. Great chain reaction right there. And gonna get himself some pills. We've seen him be good to him so far. See, 2 of the same. About a fire rate increase times 3. Thank you. Because I don't think he had enough fire rate yet. Let's try these other ones. Oh God, how about a full health? And we'll just take this other one on with us. So wow, Slack getting very lucky with these pills all night this evening. And again, immediately finding his item room here. World card won't help him out any. But he'll bomb in to get this key. And then get right on into this item room. In which we got the scapular. Again, one of the items that spawns soul hearts for you that's actually okay. Wow, look at this. Casper's found the blue baby fight. Uh-oh. Whew. Yeah, I was gonna say decision time. What do you do as Casper? I'm at least gonna go look for my super secret room and hope that I get some hearts out of it, if nothing else. Maybe my secret room trying to find a 1-up. Anything at this point would be key. And that's exactly, let's see, where's Casper gonna check? Ugh, wow. I see a couple spots, definitely, that stick out. We'll see if he gets lucky enough. Wow, is he not even gonna try? Is he really not even going to try for Super Secret Room? Wow. There's plenty of opportunities. I'd at least check for it, because he's got tons of bombs. I didn't forget anything. He's just thinking about what he actually wants to take with him. So now the fun of this all. Let's see. Best friend just going to be used as a bomb here. Again, he's just trying to find that secret Super Secret Room. Let's see, let's try this one here. That might be your secret. Lo and behold, it is. Come on, 1-up. Or a way to gamble. He's got 18 cents. That could have turned out far worse. So let's see if we can't get some health out of this for Casper. At least he gets his bomb back, if nothing else here. Ah, there's some health, like I was saying. So now the Polaroid can be reenacted if he gets down to half a red heart. And again, I'd still be looking for that super secret room. If you can find a super secret that's crammed full of red hearts, that might be GG right there. Yeah, maybe an orbital, anything would be key right now. More money, not exactly what he wants. He would love to get those 2 flies, though. 2 pretty flies would be the best thing you could come up with out of here. Health, obviously, would be phenomenal, but he really wants some extra orbitals, too. Ah, speaking of that pretty fly, hello orbital, exactly what Casper wants. So he's got 2 orbitals now to block shots for him. And again, down to just 3 cents. Let's see if he can't get something else. Again, we got Little Gish working over on another half heart. So again, Poloroid will get reenacted for Casper. That's huge. But again, we'll wind up with Little Gish. Same thing that Casper's got over on Slack's side. Oh, hello, a way out, and hello, Unicorn Horn. Interesting. So Casper going to take that one with him now, as that best friend bomb does him no good. That Unicorn Horn there, and there are 2 of them, mind you, on this floor, which is kind of hilarious, I'd like to point out. But let's see, where's that super secret going to be? There's no chance it's there. Go down one more. There you go. Alright, no luck on 1. Hopefully it's connected to one of these other rooms. I'd love to see some red hearts out of that super secret. Hell, even at this point, if there's something good as far as trinkets go, you may have to consider dropping the Polaroid too, so... Let's see, not going to be at the top, I don't think. Yeah, that may not have been close enough, we'll see. Wow, no luck for Casper here. Ah, there's your super secret. So right on top of the secret room. Go figure. Come on. Oh, it is! Oh my god. That's what we were looking for. Wow, clutch super secret room. Casper's up to almost full health here. And again, that Polaroid can still enact if he gets down to half a red heart. Oh boy. He knows where his boss fight is. Casper's gonna beeline to the left-hand side of this floor. And that is huge. That is the most clutch super secret room you could have possibly come across right now. Wow. So Casper with 10.5 hearts, because I math good, will head on in to face off against Blue Baby here. Again, with Unicorn Horn in hand, that's 5 seconds of invincibility and damage dealing. 2 orbitals because he got that fly off of the slot machine in the arcade, not in this arcade, in the secret room, I should say. And like I said, looking for a 2-0 victory here, trying to knock off undefeated Slackaholicus, keeping his undefeated streak of 16 straight games alive. Casper looking for that trip to the finals here, so good luck, man. I'm going to use up all the bombs that he can, keep Isaac from firing, keep Blue Baby from firing back at him as long as possible. And again, just going to keep circling around. This is why he wanted to hang on to as many bombs as he could, and you can see exactly how useful these are for you. So doing a phenomenal job here. Over halfway through this fight already is Casper, and he's just going to keep using up these last 4 bombs and get down to the point where he can use up that Unicorn Horn. Which, as soon as Phase 3 hits, when you see a screaming baby, I pretty much, yeah, there we go. So this will be about the time I consider hitting that Unicorn Horn and just going to town. Because they're going to spawn right up underneath you, and it gets a little too hairy otherwise. So there we go. Casper's going to maul through everything as quickly as he can here, trying to circle around Blue Baby. There is almost everything else cleared out of the room. Couple more spawns. He's got 3 hearts left. Again, would love to get a 13th kill for that extra half a heart back if he can. Because that Polaroid enacting could be huge, down to the last 10% health. And again, just 2 heart containers himself, so this ain't over by any means. Slack's still working hard on his depths too. Blue Baby just about down, though, and again, you have to clear everything in the room, so it ain't over yet. Oh, that clutch heart spawn. That could do it, folks. 3 more enemies, excuse me. And one of them gone. Here goes the second, and just like this, on to the finals. Ladies and gentlemen, give a round of applause to Mr. iKasperr knocking off the last of our undefeateds here this season.